Nobody loves me anymore. That's why there's nobody here. Or nobody's up. They stayed in bed. Partied hard all weekend. So I will wait. And if nobody shows up, I'll just go back to bed. Hi, Jenna. How are you? How are you this morning? Hey, Dory. Mara. Good morning. I'm doing my laundry today because I left it go until today. I didn't feel like doing it this weekend. We were out and about all weekend, going here and going there. I found out this weekend I was with my husband, and I've been wearing my mask upside down all along. It's like crazy. I'm crazy. Oh, you guys want to see something cute? Cindy Lou Who. It says I look like Cindy Lou Who. Oh, I know. I have to wash because he also bought me a bedspread, a new bedspread. Good morning, Remy. How are you this morning? You want to give me a Remy recap? Because I followed nothing. I didn't know what was going on with anybody. So I really need a Remy recap. Tired, couldn't sleep. I pulled a muscle in my shoulder and neck. Ouch. I'm sorry. Can we just send up prayers for Smokey? He's having a little rough time. Hey, Jenny. Smokey, if you're listening to this, I'm sending prayers out to you. Hopefully you'll be back soon. Hey, Robbie. How are you this morning? Oh, hardly beautiful. Robbie, I'm such an idiot. So for the first time yesterday in a long time, I went shopping with my husband. I found out I've been wearing my masks upside down. He's like looking at me and he says, "Have you been wearing that mask like that all along?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, it's upside down." So what a ditz I am. I'm glad you are well. Robbie, that guy that you had on your panel was a cutie patootie, but I can't find his audition for his Kirk Cummings, right? Because I looked for his audition thing on American Idol and I couldn't find it. Yeah, he is a cutie. He's very cutie. I mean, at least if you're going to be cheated on, you might as well be cheated on with someone that's good looking. I'm sorry if that sounds bad, but oh, yeah, it probably does sound pretty bad. Everyone went crazy. Not as good as the Remy recap, though. Yeah, I know. Remy does the best recaps for sure. I have no idea what went crazy. I was in Randy's for a while and saw a little bit of that. And where else? Oh, yeah, I was in where was I? Oh, in Amanda Lynn's. Saw a little bit of that. Okay, tell me when you're ready. Oh, by the way, misdemeanor, same prayers for her. Her tooth is still bothering her really bad. So I'm letting her sleep in. I bugged her a little bit this morning, but if she feels better, maybe she'll come up. I don't know. But she probably won't. I miss her. I put his audition link in comments of that live. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go check it out then. Is he a good singer? Is he at least a good singer? Look at my hair sticking up. Oh, God. I should know better than to go to sleep with my hair all wet. But I will never learn. I will never learn. So yeah, so I missed a lot of what went on. Like, yeah, oh, I went into you know where else I went? I went to Pink Lady Lux live yesterday. She is driving. I always like to go in the lives where they're driving around in cars because then you get to see different places without having to leave your house. Maybe I'll do a live from my car one of these days. I don't know. I should. My car needs to get more miles on it because I haven't put hardly any miles on it since this whole pandemic, scamdemic. Yeah, he is gorgeous. Oh, he's not a good singer, but he's gorgeous. Oh, okay. So I guess he can get, well, did they make fun of him? I always feel bad for the people that think they can sing and then they get made fun of. That's why I like kind of didn't like watching American Idol auditions because I felt bad for the people that really think that they're good singers. Because when I'm in the shower and I'm singing, I think I'm a good singer, and I know I'm not a good singer. God, my hair is driving me crazy. Yes, he is he's a cutie patootie. So yeah, I was in her live. I was catching up on some of my true crime stuff and some of that stuff. And then I fell asleep. Fell asleep, went nighty night. Like a good little girl. Not so little anymore. I'm packing on the pork since this pandemic. I gotta start running like you, Robbie. Of course, my luck. I get chased by a bear or something. I don't know why I'm in a good mood, but I am. Maybe because I slept really good last night. Is my is my am I still live? It kind of like is stalled. Oh God, I hate my hair. I need to go to the hairdressers, guys, so bad. Like I want to go so bad. So my my stupid bank card expired. So I had to change all my bank information on every single thing I belong to, Amazon, PayPal, every single thing I belong to. Mm. All my games that I play. I couldn't get extra extra things for my games because my bank card I hadn't well I had activated it but I hadn't changed it. Oh, you're coming? You're right now? Hi Morgs. How are you this morning? I'm scared to put my I'm scared to turn my camera off because I put my face on Cindy Lou Who's face because everybody was saying, "Oh, you look like Cindy Lou Who." Hardly. I look like an old bag trying to look like Cindy Lou Who. Hey, Babe Beauty, Amanda Ray, Morgs, tired but good. Oh, I'm okay. I'm worried about misdemeanor because you know her tooth's been bothering her. Morning, Remy. 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 Oh boy. Hey, Kevin. How are you? How are you this morning? I hope you are well. Ugh. I was supposed to get a Remy recap, but let's see if she can make it up here. Oh Lord. I was so lost yesterday. Look at my freaking bangs. They're so bad. I'm scared to go to the hairdresser. She's gonna say, "Have you been hacking at your bangs yourself?" And I'm gonna have to say, "Yeah." Look at my eyebrow too. My eyebrow. I need my eyebrows done. I mean everything. My nails done. Everything. One of these days. Maybe. Where did Remy go? I'm just not vain anymore. Oh, tomorrow my grandkids are coming. The two girls, the mother that's pregnant, with my daughter-in-law that's pregnant, she got pregnant. She's due in December. Hey, Remy.
Hey, it's my
Hey.
gas station headphones because they suck. Hold on 1 second. Let me just step outside. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
hear
Okay.
you. I can hear you.
Thank God. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Hey, Sarah. How are you? Has been having headphone difficulties. I think she had them on my panel one day. We couldn't barely hear her. And she told us that. So she's going to give me a Remy recap. And I'm not commenting on anything. Oh, she's muted again. What the heck? Oh, I'm hardly
No,
lovely.
I said I'm getting something to drink.
Oh, okay. Coffee? Morning, Kevin. I didn't
No,
say hi.
Gatorade.
Okay, so
So,
Remy recap. It was quite a day yesterday. Quite a Sunday.
well, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Tiffany's been screaming all weekend.
Screaming?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay,
I can hear you.
Tiffany's been screaming all weekend.
Okay.
Randy and I know Randy's been yelling a lot too. She had to go to the bathroom a lot during a live. She's got a weak bladder, like she said. I'm just saying.
See, I was in Randy's, but I got totally lost. I didn't know what was going on.
Where did she go on?
Republican Ash was on there.
Yeah, but
when I went in.
Where did she go yesterday though? She was on another panel, and I don't remember which one.
I don't know.
Republican Ash is just being. I'll leave that for somebody else because we got into a little tiff last.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. What happened here.
Brian's basically not. He's kind of around. I mean, he's saying hi. What's up? Ben's kind of trying. He's not starting any trouble.
Brian's laying low. Brian, I've talked to Brian a couple times. He's laying low.
Yeah, he said he was going to serve me with divorce papers.
He's what?
He's going to serve me with divorce papers for our friendship because I don't call him.
Oh, really? I just talked to him on Facebook, but as far as I'm concerned,
yeah, stuff. And Mandy Lynn, she's had a couple epic days. Ashley 74 still talking fast as hell.
Oh my God! Doesn't she? She talks so damn fast. I can hardly hear. I
don't know what you be telling me. I don't know what you
have to go back. I have to go back and replay it, and I'll go on like
slow it down.
Speed. Yeah.
And also now there are no more apologies. It's apologies. Just so everybody knows that's part of the bulletin.
What do you mean there's no more apologies? I don't get that.
No,
I
guess Pug wrote in a comment instead of apologies, and Ash made a big like, Bird, shut up. Ash made like a big deal about this. It's funny. You got to watch it again. And
where was this?
Apologies. It was on Mandy Lynn's. I think it's still up.
Oh,
they
okay.
showed a screenshot of like a comment.
It seems like whenever I go back to watch a live that I've missed, or part of a live that I've missed, it's already gone. It's like deleted, or it's private, or it's been taken down.
Well, if it's unlisted, you can find it. I know everything is up, but Mandy Lynn's from last night.
I watched a couple replays this morning. People suck. Yeah, when it gets too heavy for me, I just turn it off because it's
too much.
It's mean. Well, a lot of it is just plain being mean. And what's the point? You know what I mean? And I'm not mentioning any names, but normal people can coexist. You can go into a chat with people that you don't particularly get along with, and you don't have to derail that whole chat and scream and yell at them.
No,
I've done it.
But again,
I can be cordial with people.
No apologies to give.
I think anybody, if we really were honest with ourselves, we could all do that if we wanted to.
Hey, Carla, I just got to mute for a few. Do you mind?
Okay, sure. No, go ahead. I was in a couple of lives, but well, actually, mostly Randy's, and I was so lost because I didn't know what was going on. So I couldn't comment. I just like go by what I've experienced, and I just find it's getting to be too much. I don't know. Plus, I don't know a lot of these other people. Like, um, hi Jenna. Oh, I said hi to you, didn't I? That's like getting lost. Like, I don't know, shoot the shit. I don't know a lot of these people that are in the void. Like, I don't really know them, so I don't know their history, and they've probably been around a lot longer than I have been, so I can't really comment on these people. I think we are. Sarah, go. If you guys haven't subbed to Serendipity, sub to her. She makes amazing videos. I loved your video yesterday, Sarah. Oh my God, I would have liked to leave you a really long comment, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm just not going to say anything. Everyone knows I love Remy, and it's taken everything in me to not speak up on a few things. It's almost to the point where people are going to start talking. Why? Did something happen to Remy? I know they were, someone was being a little rough on her. And I've always said that, you know, that was one of the main reasons I gave Remy a wrench in my chat, was to protect her, because she was getting timed out for no good reason. And I don't think that's right, to time people out and block them for no reason. And she was getting blocked on my channel, and I wasn't blocking her. But, oh, these bangs of mine are going to drive me crazy. You can't use your wrench as a weapon, and some people do, and that sucks. That is why I had to take my wrenches away and just give very few wrenches out, because I just didn't want people using them. And the ones that I have wrenched up in here, I know are not going to use it unfairly, because even if you don't like a person, if you have a wrench in their chat, you can't let your feelings, unless they're being overtly nasty. Hey, Winky. Winky was stalking me yesterday. Every chat I went into, she was in. I love Winky. Winky's there. There's a perfect example. Winky Whispers. She goes everywhere and she's welcomed everywhere because she's a sweetheart. She doesn't say anything
Hey,
mean
Carla,
or,
sorry about that.
hey, oh, okay. Are you
Sorry about that.
continuing with
Yeah, I'm good right now.
the recap?
I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
I typed in the private chat, let you know what was going on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
I never.
oh no worries.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just
Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
so
I got.
yeah, it was yeah, last
Well,
night
Em
was
said I should
it was pretty rough.
pin M's. She said everyone knows I love Remy, and it's taken everything in me to not speak up on a few things. It's almost to the point where people are start
Because I don't want
talking.
to, because you know something, I don't want anybody else to get impacted by anything that involves me.
That's Remy, that's exactly how I feel, because I've told Misdemeanor the same thing. Like, do not
I am not going to put anybody else
go, because it
in the
just
line of fire.
it just puts a target on your back.
Mm-hmm. You know, it was bad last night. We'll put it that way.
It was bad yesterday when I was on. I'm thinking, is this
It
Sunday?
was bad.
Is this really Sunday? The day of God, the day we're supposed to rest?
Sunday is like popping lately. Like, it's off the chain. Oh, and we also have a new gangster in the community, Jules. She's like, yo, put respect on
I
my
don't even
name.
know that. I've heard that
You
name
know
now.
who she is. She changed her name. You know who she is. I just don't feel
Wait,
comfortable
type it
putting
in chat, in the private chat, because I really don't.
in her old account. I just don't feel comfortable. You know, I don't like that.
Well, you can type it in the private chat.
So
I have no
she's
idea who that
apparently
is.
ghetto, not ghetto, but acting ghetto. I highly doubt she is.
To be honest, I
Marianne.
still don't know who she is.
Starlight's got a video up. It's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, she does. Starlight does the best videos, doesn't she?
Jenny, I don't know if I always you know, behave with class. I don't think so. I've got a mouth on me. I swear.
No, but
Stuff,
you're not. I've never seen you be mean. Ems, you want to come up? You want to get a cup of coffee and come up for a little bit?
I'm not purposely mean.
But
I'm
you're
not.
not.
I don't.
No. But here's the thing with you. You've kind of tried to keep everything, your problems you've had.
Private.
Yeah, and that's I respect that about you
Thank you.
because
I
no,
appreciate
and
that.
and that's what we were trying to say too. I think Misdemeanor and I were saying when you have a problem with someone, get a private StreamYards because I'm guilty. I've been guilty of that too. Like get a private message going and you
Let
know,
him
Jules has talent. She can spit out 32 different accents all
literally.
in the same panel.
It was like I'm telling you, you got to watch Starlight's video. Like she's like, "Hi, I hope you're all well." And all that. Then it's like, "Yo, you don't know who you be messing with, yo." I'm like, dude.
Oh
And then
my
she said
goodness.
something about showing somebody's ass, and I couldn't even make it. Sounded like they rent is filled at the end of it. We still don't know. We're all guessing.
Well, here's what I don't understand.
Hey,
What exasperated this whole thing? Like
no
what
goddamn idea.
happened? I'm and,
No
and
idea.
and don't get me wrong. I am glad for a change. It wasn't about, it had nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with any of it. Like
I'm
I
trying,
thank
man.
God because,
Is this better? Can you guys hear? I'm sorry, Carl. Can you guys hear me better now? Just because
yes,
I'm
a
using
lot
cheap ass
better.
headphones.
A
Hold
lot
on, let me
better.
try to like get over my headphones.
Is Kimmy in here? Is Kimmy and Baby P in here?
You guys still hear me?
Thank you for posting her channel, Samara. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the whole Jules thing. I don't know where that came from. I have
Well,
no
I was
idea what
praying
happened.
that my name wouldn't get brought up with Republican Ash on Randy's panel because I really couldn't deal with
Yeah.
that. Man. Hey, Kimmy P and Baby
Well, that's
P.
who I was arguing with last night, and I shouldn't have gone up on that panel. I shouldn't have. And I felt,
Um,
and I have talked. I'll be 100% honest. I texted Makeup Mobster and I said I felt like that was an ambush. You guys knew what was going to happen.
you're taking a
And
gun to a knife. You're taking a knife to a gunfight.
yeah,
They're gonna
no, and
get you
I
before you
tried.
even come up.
I
Okay,
tried
Ems,
to
come on
keep
up.
it respectful.
Just tell me
I
when you're
tried
back.
to, I tried to be me, but
Well, that has to go both ways. That has to go
yeah,
both
and
ways.
I'm not going to be screamed at. I'm
No,
not going to be called names. I'm not going to be, I'm just not going to take that. It's not going to happen.
no,
And
and you shouldn't have to.
no, so I just said F this and bounced. I
Right.
was like, bye. I don't care. Bye. I'm not going to sit up on a panel and make a spectacle out of myself. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Oh, okay.
Look like
What
an
was the
idiot.
point of you got what were they did they want you to go up to repair your friendship or did they want you
I
to go
guess.
up just so they
I
could
have no
berate
idea.
you? Because
Well,
I mean there's
Tiffany
a
and
difference.
Makeup Mobster didn't really berate me or anything. They I think want us to be friends again, but and Tiffany Marie, I didn't give Republican Ash false hope by coming up there. She asked me, Tiffany Marie asked me, is there any hope of your friendship being repaired? I said, nope. And this was towards the end of, my time on the panel. And she said,
Mhm.
so you came up and gave her false hope. And I said, no, 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 I didn't. You asked me a question. I gave you an honest answer. I'm not going to lie.
Mhm.
There's no, at this point, I don't
You
see much.
tried.
And
You
that's
did
okay.
try. You did try before.
I
Like
have
that.
tried. And
That's what you
it's
that
not
that's I've
all
seen
the
you
blame is
try
not going to
multiple times.
And
Yeah, they don't give
well, it is what it is.
ultimatums.
Yeah,
And
they
I've
don't.
heard her say like the whole thing about Tracy, and I've never heard
She did it
Tracy
to you
have
on
a
your own
live
panel.
stream and bash any Ashley maybe she's talked about Laura, but she's always told the truth. I've never heard her bash Republican Ash. And to be honest with you, I've never bashed Republican Ash. I just, all I said on my panel about her was I wasn't going to allow her to treat me like shit on my own panel. That's it.
Oh, that's under.
I wish
I
her
don't care
well.
if it was your
Hey,
panel or not.
I wish her well. I hope her channel
You are.
flourishes. I hope she gets,
She's very intelligent.
gets to
she's fun,
2,000
good person.
pretty
I just don't know
soon.
what the hell happened.
I have nothing against her, but
Nope.
I can't allow
Don't either.
someone to come up on my panel and,
Well, Paula,
treat
she
me
did
and my
the
panel
ultimatum to
guests like
you.
shit.
She
You
did
know,
it to you. She had said somebody, if somebody stayed, I don't remember who exactly it was, but if they stayed in the chat, she was gone off of your panel. And you're like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell her to leave. And
Mhm.
Ash left, and that's okay. She felt
Yeah,
uncomfortable or whatever.
you
That's
can,
fine.
that's fine. You don't have to like everybody and if you have a problem with someone on my panel, that's a way to do it. That's how adults would do it. Just jump
Yeah,
down.
that is just,
Goodbye.
if you don't like
That's how I do it
someone,
in chats even.
ignore.
You
Ignore
couldn't
if you
pay
don't
me
like
to
them.
panel up over there. Likes to Jules. I'd probably
I'm
lose
sorry,
it.
Amanda Ray. I'm using cheap ass headphones. My other ones are shorting out, and I don't know.
Okay, you can hear her. I can hear her pretty good, actually.
But it comes to the point where you just got to throw in the towel, and that's what I'm doing. I'm throwing in the towel. It's just whatever.
Well, here's the thing too. On YouTube, there's so many channels. Like I just joined Stephanie Harlow's Patreon, and
Mhm.
I am really enjoying it. Like really
That's
enjoying her
awesome. Sorry,
videos.
sorry. I'm out walking around. Sorry. It like I said, I'm just throwing in the towel on this one. It's not, number one, it's not worth the aggravation. It's
Right.
not worth the hurt feelings. It's not worth it right now. It's not. And
No.
one other thing that I wanted to say, can people please stop saying the word triggered?
Oh my God, I say that all the time. I do. I'm
so
guilty of that.
Triggered. Oh my gosh, I'm so triggered. No, you're not triggered. You
I'm
just don't
triggered.
like
You
what
know
they're
where
saying.
I've never heard that until I was on. I've never heard it a lot till I was on YouTube. It seems like everybody gets. Did you guys see Stephanie Harlow and the retired police officer? Yes, I did, Amanda Ray. I did.
I don't really
The guy that
watch
was on
true
Big
crime
Brother.
anymore.
Huh?
I don't really watch true crime anymore.
Oh, I do.
I kind of
watch a
float
lot.
around. I watch a lot of cooking stuff, and because I'm
Oh, I
running
do
out of
too.
ideas of what to make. I'm running out of ideas.
Well,
Like
today,
same crap for dinner.
hey, Ams.
Good
Today,
morning.
how are you? I'm just getting a
But
Remy recap.
it oh yeah, that
Oh,
was another thing they came up with. No Pac, Tiffy Smalls, and Jules is DJ Jazzy Jules.
Oh, okay. So you were
It's not
catching
bad.
up
telling you
this
guys,
morning.
holy
Good.
shit.
Alright.
The
I
other
couldn't.
night I was listening to that and I'm telling you, that chick spit out, no joke, at least 10, and I'm not over exaggerating, at least 10 accents within maybe like a
Literally.
15-minute period. It would start with this real sweet voice, right? And then once she got mad, it would start,
Yep, Amanda.
getting a little bit Spanish almost, man. And then it would go from like
Like,
Spanish
why you
to
be
like,
talking like that? I don't know what you're talking about. You know something? Why don't you
yeah.
shut your mouth and don't be showing they ass? And that was all I got out of
I
that.
I was fucking
'Cause they'd be
rolling.
showing her
Oh
whole
my
leg.
God, I was rolling.
Oh my God, I was dying. I listened to it like 15 times. I'm like, what is that? After she said they be showing they ass, and then she said something else, and I'm like, what the hell? What'd she just say?
Well, do
Oh
you
my
remember,
God.
Em? You were in that chat that day in Republican Ash's chat when she just she totally turned on you, and then she turned on me. She goes, "I'm taking your wrench." I'm like, okay, because I don't really care. But
Yeah.
she really got mad at me, and I couldn't figure out why. And she never did tell me. And then when I did panel up with her, she kept saying, and Starlight was on the panel, and she kept saying, "Well, I'll tell you in Discord. Well, I'll tell you in Discord." And I'm like, "Well, how can you fix something if you're not going to talk about it? You're not going to tell me why you're mad. It
Well, I
might
think she
be,
got
Maybe she
mad
was going
because I
Bellevue.
said that I liked Tracy.
That's
So
probably
as
oh,
why.
soon as I
oh,
said
maybe that
that,
was it.
I or
Yeah,
I
could
think
be.
I said I saw good in Tracy.
And that was
As
a
soon as I
Sunday
said
shit
that,
show.
it was World War II after that.
It was like World War III, 4, and 5.
And I really
Yep,
don't,
that's it.
I'm lost because I don't know who this Jules is. I really
Carl,
don't.
I'm just gonna hop down for a few minutes if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Well,
All
you
right,
can
bye.
come back up if you want,
Alrighty, bye.
or you can mute. Yeah, so I don't know who she is, but I was so totally lost and I wasn't sure who was mad at who. But
Jules just makes me laugh for real. She just makes me laugh. I'm telling you, she'll do these little videos on her channel that she like scripts out and reads in this really sweet voice. And then when she gets on panels with other women, she like, I'm
she's
telling you,
screaming her
yeah,
head off.
she goes into like beast mode, Jules.
Wow. Well, there,
Hilarious.
I don't really,
Bellevue.
that's who I was lost about. Like, why was she so mad at everybody? Like, who's she mad? I don't know who's mad at who and who likes who anymore. I go on one day and everybody likes a certain person, and then I go off. And then I come back the next day and everybody hates that person. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I don't get it. I don't know. I can't keep up.
I can't
But
explain it with that girl. I mean, she's like, when you were, younger, did you have that one friend that you would always take to the party because you knew that once you guys all got drunk, she would be the dummy and you could just sit there and laugh and have free entertainment? That's kind of what Jules is. She's like that friend that if you put on panel, it's going to liven things up because people are, it's like free entertainment.
hey,
The
Sarah.
girl is
Good
the
morning.
girl is interesting.
Morning, Sarah. How are you?
I'm
Maybe
good.
you can
How are
explain
you?
that. That was quite a shit show yesterday.
Good morning,
Oh,
Sarah.
good morning, Miss Sims. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm working on my
You know
first
what?
cup.
You know who I did feel sorry for Tracy when she went up on Randy's panel, because it just seemed like no matter what she said, Republican Ash was not having it. There's just no way she was having it. And I
No,
don't
and
believe that.
I'm going to be the bad guy, and I'm going to say this because I have an autistic son, and I'm getting so frustrated when I hear Republican Ash go in all hard on someone and then 2 seconds later say, well, you know how I am, or use
Yep,
the
I agree.
autistic
Yeah.
excuse. That angers me like you would not believe, because I have an autistic child and he doesn't act like that. He
And,
doesn't
and
use his disability as an excuse. And it infuriates me when people coddle her for the things she says and does to others. That
I agree.
infuriates me.
and Misdemeanor and I got a lot of flack because I blocked her on my channel because she was just being nasty. And I thought, I gave her a chance after chance, and then finally I said, no, I can't allow you to come up here and just be nasty to everyone.
Right. And then, like last night, I was listening to the way they was treating Remy. And I mean, I was so mad, my skin was crawling, because Remy couldn't say a word in edgewise. Everyone kept jumping in on her and, saying, yeah, you're absolutely right, Republican Ash. And Ash was saying the most condescending, ridiculous things. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, makeup mobster, you're supposed to be like this voice of reason. And here you are just agreeing with Rep Ash because you don't want her to be upset, or you don't want to offend her because of the way she is, quote unquote. God, that makes me so mad.
And
Absolutely.
she did, she did a live stream with my name is Chucky in her title, and like,
Right.
that's just nasty. What? And I'm not supposed to say anything about it. Like, I'm supposed to just allow her because she's on the spectrum. I'm sorry, but I have a lot of friends that have children that are autistic, and they are telling me that they don't allow their children to be, to get away with being nasty to people. They try to teach them to be kind and good and nice. And if they are nasty, they don't give them a pass for it. So,
And that's
you
really
know,
not what autism is. Like my son, he can be awkward and he'll admit it. But he doesn't say things like that, you know. And sometimes it just really infuriates me
hey,
when I hear,
misbehaving.
oh, misbehaving's in the house.
Yeah, she is.
It
Oh,
always turns into Remy. That's what I've noticed. Every
yes.
panel,
But
it's like
yeah,
the only purpose of being on that panel is to trash Remy. Oh, every panel, it always
yeah.
And
turns into
she
Remy. And
said
then
last
she,
night, I
like,
gave
they could,
Remy an ultimatum. If she's
yeah,
friends with Tracy, I don't want anything to do with her. A real friend does not give an ultimatum to their friend. They
Mm-mm.
yeah.
talk it out. They want to do it in private, not in public for everyone to see. What
She's
kind of
giving
friend is that?
everybody ultimatums. She got mad at Em. She was really nasty to Ems in her stream. And I mean, she didn't say why, but I take it was because Em said that she liked the truth. I like Tracy. I like going in her streams. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't tell people where to go. There's people I don't like on. Do I tell anybody don't go to Laura's? No, I don't say it. You do what you want. I'm not following you around YouTube. I'm not your mother. You do what
let me
you
give
want,
a
what you think.
let me give a prime example of this, because I noticed when Ash brought that up once again, Leanna used me as an example. So I've said this about a million times. I went into all the same chats I had always gone in. So basically, for me to be Leanna's friend, I had to completely get rid of every other friend I have made here on YouTube. Bullshit. No,
That's not
that's
right.
not how
No.
this works. That's
Well,
We're
but
grown women.
you got
If I was in these chats talking shit, that's one thing. But I'm not going to have
your
someone on
tacos.
YouTube telling me where to go. And Ash needs to be the same way. I mean, we are grown as women.
Well, that's the thing is,
Absolutely.
we can't tell people who they're like. I remember when you first started coming in my stream, Ems, and you know, when someone would start talking about them, you would leave right away. And that's the way to handle it. Like you don't want to hear someone trashing your friends, just leave. But if you like other people, that come into a stream, why not go there? Your friends shouldn't say, well, I saw you in that stream and I'm not, you can't come here anymore because
Right.
I don't like
So
where you're going.
so here's how it went. So everyone has heard now about 10 times that the thing I did wrong was going to stream. So because I was in stream, that gave them the right to completely fucking smash me down to a piss poor level over like a 3-month period because I was in streams. Are you
Not at all.
fucking kidding me? You completely try to trash my credibility. You make me into the devil because of the streams I was in. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's
Get
how
the
I
fuck
felt
out of here.
when I left Laura's. I felt like, you know, I had a target on my back only because I left her Patreon and I just felt awful. Some of the things she said about me were just, I mean, I tried not to ignore it, but it was hard just because of the people I allowed in my stream. I think, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and you have the right to defend yourself. And then when you try to defend yourself, you get bashed on for doing it.
Well, you're called a liar to start with.
Right.
Everybody's a liar. No, the only thing I said, and actually when I left her, I said, I still like Laura. I still, I'm still going to go into, and I still did. But what I said was, I just realized Patreon wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. And she turned that into I was bashing her Patreon. Like she totally turned it around to what I said. I didn't bash her. I just said Patreon wasn't for me. Not, it is now because I joined another one, but her, I didn't say her Patreon. I just said Patreon wasn't for me. And she turned that around to that I was affecting her income and turning people against her and blah, 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 blah. She even messaged me because when I joined another Patreon, I had a message from her from January saying, Carla, why are you lying? Like, I didn't even see it because when I left, I never went back.
Pay
But
attention. to the people that do that. Pay attention to the people that get angry over, where other people go. Those are like the people on the playground that can only have one friend. So just pay attention to people like that.
And I'm
Right.
not even going to lie. When Carla was in Patreon, we would do these voice calls. And, everybody, including myself, would grill her on certain questions. And I feel so bad for that now. God love Carla. She would just sit there and take it. And, at the end, she was like, I'm just done. It's not for me. So, yeah, I mean, I
Well,
don't know.
I felt controlled. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you did too, Sarah, but I just felt like
Oh,
I couldn't,
absolutely.
I was like, I was like self-conscious about who I allowed in my stream. And then Ash started coming in, and I really liked Ash 274 because she was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Well,
about fashion. She's so witty. That girl is
Mhm.
witty. And
Ash is
she was, and Hello Starlight came in one day, and then then Laura says to me, I think Laura says, or somebody said to me, why should we support you when you let people in your stream that are actively trying to take Laura down? I'm like, I know this is coming right straight from here. I'm moly
Well, see,
mole.
that's what
I
mod
was a
chat,
mole.
that's
I
what the
was a
mod
mole.
chat was about. If we seen anybody that was in a certain stream, we would send Laura screenshots, and then Laura would say, well, what are they doing in there? And even with certain mods, like if we seen someone in a certain stream, there'd be a screenshot of it, and Laura would get pissy about that.
That's
It's
Yeah.
so weird to me. That is so
yeah.
weird.
Well,
She is a
yeah.
control freak. Laura is a control freak. She wants to control everything. She claims this is her business, this is her life. Well, that might be true, but she's also a control freak, and she wants to control people.
And she thinks everybody built their channel on her. I'm
Oh
sorry,
gosh, I'm
Laura.
so sick of hearing that.
My channel did not start to do well until after I left your Patreon. I'm sorry, but it's true. When
So
I
true.
started doing my own thing, letting whoever I wanted in my stream, I flourished. And I'm not saying that, there wasn't some drama, because there was, but it wasn't all about her. I mean, she's so narcissistic because everything doesn't revolve. Hi, Becca. Revolve.
Oh,
Hi,
and
Tawanda.
it's so funny because now, since I've left Laura, I
Hey,
get these
Pixie.
trolls that come into my comments, and they'll say things like, well, you don't have very much of a channel anyways, you don't have views. And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't try to build an empire. I'm not trying to
Right.
make, I don't care
Most of
about
us
views.
aren't. Most of us are coming on because we enjoy the people, and
Yeah.
we're having fun. Hey,
And we
Frenchie.
like making videos,
Yeah. Well, I got to learn how to do that. I want to still learn how to do that thing that you got there. That squirrely,
Oh yeah, the
squirrely
avatar.
thing. Yeah, I think that's cool. But yeah, that's, and yesterday was just, it was like, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, is this Sunday? Because I spent most of the day out and about with my husband. But then when I went on YouTube, it was just like, I went into Randy's and I was just, oh my goodness. And I heard, and I was there when Tracy was on panel, and I felt so bad for her. And usually, Tracy can pretty much handle herself, but it didn't matter what she said.
Right.
It got twisted. Every time Tracy
Yes.
would try to say something, Republican Ash was there to twist it or say, well, you know how I am.
Well,
No, we don't.
no,
That's
not.
such an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to be honest, in the beginning of this, anytime it was directed at me, I did try to just, I was giving her an excuse, actually, because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's just not worth it to say anything back. But I'm at the point now, after this much time, I keep watching her go at Remy like this.
Well, she attacks everybody.
If I say so, right, for no reason, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And even if she does have her own reason, when someone will ask her what the reason is, she says, oh, don't worry about it, or oh, I'll tell you in Discord, or oh,
That's what she said to us. And that's why I said, no, this isn't going to work. You don't want to solve anything. You're going to tell someone else in Discord why you have a problem with me. and then be nasty to me on my own panel.
I agree. I agree.
No, but then everybody was mad at us because it's, oh, poor Republican Ash. No,
And I'm going to say
make better
something.
videos than I can.
I always tried to be real delicate with Republican Ash, and I adored her for so long. But
Mhm.
gosh, when it's repetitious, when the behaviors are the same over and over and
Right.
over, and then the person becomes more mean and more mean, I mean, you can't sit there and coddle that continuously.
Right. I agree.
Mm-mm. And you know, I hope somebody, and I've talked to a few people that want to do a live stream on parents with children that are autistic, and I
Yeah.
really hope that she watches that, because you know, because the parents that I've talked to who have autistic children, I was going to say artistic, a lot of them are artistic, but their children aren't like that. Their children aren't, bashing people.
Well,
No,
So,
we
let me
aren't her
tell you a
parents.
little about
That's
my
the
son. My
sure.
son, he is so freaking cool. Like, he can listen to some type of music and then play it on the guitar 2 seconds later. He's never taken any kind of music classes, but can, take any kind of instrument and play it. And that is so fascinating to me. He's not mean. He's just different,
Mhm.
that's who
That's
he is. That's his autism. Yeah, he does some quirky things, but he's not mean.
Mhm.
That doesn't have anything to do with autism. Being mean is not being autistic.
Well, here's the thing that I'm struggling with. Carla, the statement that you just made, we're not her parent. We are her peer. She's a
Mhm.
peer of ours here on this platform. So
Mhm.
at what point do we treat her the same as we would treat everybody else? My gosh, if we started walking on eggshells for everybody that got on here and gave an excuse, we would be doing that for everybody, because if you
Right.
handle yourself in an attacking manner, look at how many people come up with an excuse as to what the reason is that
Well,
you're
everybody was
doing it.
saying, she's a baby and she's our child and she blah blah blah.
She's
Remy's
not a
Remy's
baby.
the same age as her. She's got
Yeah,
a
she's
child
not
with
much younger than
autism.
me.
She has to take care of, and we're allowing this person to and I'm not bashing, get this right, I'm not bashing Republican Nash, but she doesn't get any more passes from
No,
me.
she
I'm
needs to be
sorry,
held
I've blocked her.
accountable for the things she says and does. And nobody wants to hold her accountable because of the autism card. Sorry,
Yeah.
Right,
I'm
and
going to say it.
here's the big thing for Remy. So if she can hop on a panel and try to get other women to attack Remy, at this point, I'm going to start rallying around Remy to give
Yeah.
her some support, because Remy
Yeah,
deserves some support as well, because she has handled
absolutely.
herself like a badass bitch through this, because I wouldn't
Yeah.
have been able to. So it's from
Tiffany
this point
screamed at her
forward.
for last night for no reason.
That was the
I
problem I
know,
had in
I
my
know.
chat with Republican Ash, was that she kept timing out Remy for no good reason, and then she denied it. But I can see who timed who out. Do you know what I mean? And that's why finally I said, I talked over with Miss Demeanor, and I said, Remy is getting a rash, wrench, because she is getting timed out, and it's not fair. She's getting blocked and timed out, and I'm not seeing it, because sometimes you don't see it.
Well,
And
and Remy has a heart of gold, and she'll just
She
take
does.
it, man.
She
And I
does.
she
hate
doesn't
that.
say anything. Yeah, and she doesn't want anybody done. But I understand her why she says that. Like, she doesn't want anyone to stand up for her. But there's
But it's
no
not
way
going to
I was
stop.
gonna rail
It's not
against
going to
her.
stop
No, it won't stop.
I've
She
unless
always
we
needs.
liked
all
Remy.
stand behind Remy and show her
Yeah.
some support. This
Yes.
is not going to stop.
Yeah, because she doesn't have Remy's a sub. On the most part, she doesn't make videos. She doesn't go live, but she takes a lot of crap from people. A lot, a lot. And I just don't see it being fair. And I didn't watch the stream where she went up on panel, and I don't know if I
Oh,
want
you
to,
don't want to, Carla. It was
because I
awesome.
don't want to see someone get, like, especially Remy. She comes in here, she's on my panel often, and she's in my chat almost every morning. Um, and I like her. I've always liked Remy. Have we had our, problems? Yeah, but we've always handled it, like Remy said, and I said before too, if you have a problem with someone, handle it privately in an email or a private chat or whatever. Don't humiliate them on a panel. That's just wrong. And I'm not buying this excuse of being on the spectrum, because she's ran over too many people, right? And people are seeing it now. And I was
And
just
People
sitting in
are
the
seeing
chat
it now.
Remy,
saying,
you don't have to take crap. You never should. You should always stand up for yourself.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, and I supported her too. I supported Republican Ash. And I gave her a pass too. I'm guilty of that. I gave her a pass
too.
for all this stuff, but then it just got to be too much when she started, just accusing me of things and wouldn't tell me why she was mad at me. She would just say stuff like, I'd go in her chat and I'd say what was going on, because I'm not on YouTube. And she goes, "Oh, you always say that." She would be like really snarly towards me. And I'm like, wow, what did I do to
Remy,
her?
honey, I know it's not always worth it, but gosh, when you get it all the time, like,
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
telling
point.
you, I watched that panel. I watched the replay this morning, and I feel like the only time that Rep Ash spoke up was when it was to take a dig at Remy, and it seems like that is a very common thing that she does, unfortunately.
That's what
And
she did yesterday with
been like
Tracy.
it's been like what, 5 months now or whatever. Okay, it's time for people to say enough is enough at this point, because
and
Remy
then
has
Rep Ash will say, "Makeup Mobster, don't you agree?" Or "What's your
right.
thoughts on it, Makeup Mobster?"
Right. To try to pull other people in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm not explaining this right. Can you explain it? Just to try to
Right.
pull someone else in to make her look like her opinion is right. And
Yep.
enough is enough.
Well, she kept saying, the one I did watch was Randy's, and she kept saying to Tracy, "Oh, okay, Tracy. What did she say about Tracy?" She said she bashed her or something in a phone call, and Tracy's trying to defend herself and say, I did not." And I believe Tracy. Tracy sounded more believable to me than Ash did. And I don't know what she did to Randy. I mean, she must have said something about Randy, but then she tried to turn it around like she didn't. And, I, I don't know. I couldn't follow the whole thing because I didn't see the whole thing. I kind of went in like towards the end. So I don't know. But I felt bad for Tracy. And then finally, Tracy just gave up and jumped down. But Tracy's got a platform, and she can do a live and she can stick up for herself. Remy doesn't. You know what I mean? Remy doesn't go up and do that. And she's never
No.
said anything mean about Republican Nash in here.
I
Ever.
think that's half the problem. I think that if people started finally fighting back on that a little bit, I bet you we would see that stop. Because right now she's just allowed to do it. Remy doesn't say any. I mean, she'll give a little fire back, but Remy doesn't say anything. People in chat,
People
rarely
stop
say
her from
anything.
being able to say anything. Like,
Right.
they all
So
attack her
Well,
once she tries.
after she
absolutely.
jumped off my panels when she did her live stream with like Chucky or something, and then she was mad at Brian because he was on my panel, and she's just mad. She's mad. I don't know why she's so mad at everybody, but a lot of people are seeing it now. And I'm not like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow her to come up on my panel and bash people. It's just not going to happen. I allowed that before, and it's never going to happen again.
Yeah, after things I seen and heard Republican Ash say in Randy's chat or live, and then to go on Tiffany Marie's and say some of the things she said, I'm done. I wash my hands. I'm done with her, and
Yeah.
I'm going to say how I feel, and I'm not going to hold back. And if people want to dislike me for that, so be it. But it's true.
Well, that's what we
Right
got.
there with you, girl.
That's what we got flack for, because I said, she's blocked because of what she did on my panel, and now, and I wished her well. I do. I still wish her well. I hope she,
Oh yeah.
I hope she learns. I hope she, not that she gets hurt, but I hope that she learns and she knows, she realizes who her real friends are.
We just
Because
want her to take accountability.
yeah, exactly. And just think about other people's feelings because, people have feelings too and they get
You
hurt.
guys, you guys have to realize that if this was anybody else and we watch them day in and day out attack someone purposely on panels, we wouldn't just, after a while, people would start speaking up. So just because it's Republican Ash, I think we're doing her a disservice by allowing her to continue this without at least letting her know, like, okay, this behavior is not normal at this point.
Evelyn
If
makes
it
a
was
good
anyone else, we would be saying the same thing.
Evelyn makes a good point. She says, I don't think confronting her, calling her out is going to stop her. She clearly doesn't have an insight to be able to see her part in this. She sees everything as an attack. And she did. I noticed that too. It was like everybody was attacking her and I didn't see it. I thought everybody was handling her with kid gloves, even Randy. And I don't even know what the argument with Randy was. I wasn't even there when that whole thing started. But you know, I mean, this overt attack. She's got this thing against Remy and Tracy and anybody that supports them, and that's just not going to fly with everybody.
No,
I mean, she's
there's some
already.
people that Tracy likes that I don't like. I'm not going to attack her for it. You know,
She
friends
said the
don't
same
do
thing
that.
to me, Carla Ray. She's mad at me too. She said she knows things about me. She said exactly the same thing to me.
Yeah,
And
me
then she
too,
went and
Carla.
tell me what? Like, what do you know that it hasn't been like blasted all over the place by now? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm pretty much out there and everything private has been blasted out there. So Two Tacos says there are a lot of people who need to learn their lesson. And I'm not talking about Republican Ash either. Yeah, you're right. I'm sure.
I
I
still
had
have
to
a
learn
pretty
from
good
it.
friend that, is a Patreon of Laura's. I
Mhm.
don't hate her because of that. I don't
Okay.
even give her shit because of that. We
Mhm.
keep that absolutely separate from our
Yeah,
friendship.
Yep.
yeah.
And
And
that's
it's
the way it should
possible.
be.
Yes, here's an example. Ginger Locke's mom and I, we've been friends for over maybe a year and a half now. She always supported MGL. I always supported Laura, but we were still friends. She never badmouthed Laura to me. I might have badmouthed MGL a few times to her, but we stayed friends. The point is, we stayed friends, and we've been friends for over a year and a half. So it's possible. You don't all have to like the same people, you know.
Remy, I just checked text, and if that is the case, that's bullshit. Can I talk about that, Remy, or would you rather me not? Because that's a prime example of the problem here with that situation. Um,
Thank you, Brian.
but I won't say anything if you don't want me to.
Come on, Remy. Share it with the rest of the class. The number of people she has conflict with and level of conflict is only going to increase because she can't tolerate feedback. Yeah, I don't understand that. It
Okay,
just seemed like
I won't.
okay. Okay, Remy.
That pisses me off. Anyway. Ugh.
Let me say one thing also.
Sure.
There's been a lot of people coming to me saying, well, you're friends with Brian St. John because you're scared of him. People who are talking to Brian St. John are scared of him. He must have info on you, or he must have some recordings on you.
Please.
No, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit I have ever heard. I don't want to fight with Brian anymore. I'm tired of seeing the way he's been treated. I'm tired of seeing his daughters had to move because someone went into his real life. That's why I don't want to fight with Brian anymore, because I thought that was unfair. I think the way he got treated was absolutely unfair. Was I a part of some of it? Yeah, I sure was. Did I make videos on him? I absolutely did. I just didn't want to go into his real life and call his work, to call, to call where he lived and try to get him evicted. I want no
Right.
part of that. That
Right.
is so wrong. This is YouTube. This shouldn't be a place where we go into someone's real life and try to, affect their
Because
children.
you coexist with someone doesn't mean you have to like every single thing they do.
Right.
Brian
I
comes
don't
on my
like
panel.
everything Brian does. But
No,
that
either
doesn't
do
mean
I.
that doesn't mean I'm going to hate him for it. There's
Hey,
things
Jason.
I do people don't like that I do, but they don't hate
Exactly.
me for it.
Right.
Sarah, I get text messages all the time from people, or DMs or whatever, and it's from the quote unquote other side, and it'll be like,
Right.
tell your friend so and so this, and this, and I'm thinking, my friend, I just say hi to him in chats and like talk about whatever
Jeez.
whatever the topic is. I'm not friends with half these people. I'm in
Right.
chats with them.
It's so
I'm your
childish.
stupid friend.
on.
I'm your stupid friend.
Jesus, give me a
It doesn't matter.
break.
I mean, even when Ems first started coming in here, I had what, like 5-10 people in my stream maximum. When you first started coming in here, you used to come in because I was on early and you used to get ready for work and you would come in.
Yeah.
She never badmouthed anybody. When someone would badmouth her friends, she would leave. She would never say a word.
Oh, I got a text message one morning, and whoever was on, I can't even remember who was on panel that morning. People were on panel talking about, Leanna and Tiffany and whatever. I wasn't even getting ready for work that morning. I was leaving for a doctor's appointment. So I would have, headphones in or whatever, but not looking at the chat. And I got a text message flipping out on me because I allowed people to talk like that about them. At what point does my loyalty become null and void? I think it happened a few days before that when I was basically called a piece of shit. You think I'm going to run up in a chat of people that I actually enjoy and defend you?
Right.
No. Get out of here.
No,
My
and you
God.
never said anything for a long, long time, and they were bashing you almost daily. You were going through almost the same thing I was going through. Like, I couldn't go into Laura's and watch a stream that my name wasn't coming up every other comment. Oh, Carla's this and Carla's that, or Chucky's this or Chucky's that. It was the same thing for Em. She was through the same thing. It was like horrible.
Because of chats I sat in. Like, that is so telling to me at this point. It shows me the lengths that people will, if you cross people just by going into chats, they will try to fuck you up. They will try to make you look like you are the shadiest person in this room. They will try to make you look like, you're just the worst person on the face of the earth. And then once some time goes by and you see the picture as a whole, you realize this person just sat in a chat and that's what happened. Like, sorry, those aren't friends of mine. Not friends I want.
Sometimes the chat would hurt my feelings more than what the creator was saying.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I mean? Like,
ridiculous.
I would like mute. I would mute Laura, and then I would read the chat, and the chat was horrible to me. And I think I went up on her panel once, and it was like, never again, ever again. I made the mistake of reading the chat, and it was just horrible. It was such a horrible experience. And it's like, no wonder people don't want to,
It goes from person to person to person to person, and it's always the same thing. If you listen to what they say about people, it's like the same 5 things. They're crazy.
Oh, the repetition of it.
Shady. Yep. Their marriage sucks.
Oh God.
There's, it's numerous things, but it's always the same things. You're telling me, yep, every single time. So at this point, when the target is on someone else's back, I take every single thing they're saying with a grain of salt. I do not believe it anymore. And it's just the way it is. It's like the boy that
hey, sweet, I tell everybody to find out before you hate me because you're just listening to what someone says. Ask yourself this: what did I do to you Why do you hate me? What did I do to you personally? You know what I mean? Like, don't hate me because someone tells you to hate me.
They jump on the
Hey,
bandwagon.
Kwanda.
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Oh, I
Good
love
Good. How are you?
morning.
Tawanda.
Oh, what a night. I think I have a YouTube hangover.
I think we all do.
I had a YouTube headache last night before I
I
went
had
to bed. Now I have a YouTube headache.
I had a YouTube hangover from watching Randy's stream yesterday afternoon.
I'll tell you, it's just been, I said, is there going to be a full moon?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
There
know.
was last night.
There was
Was there?
something
Yes.
was going on.
Oh, well, that might explain it. Well, I don't know. I just kind of, I'm at a loss for words anymore. You're in trouble if you're nice. You're in trouble if you're a bitch.
I know. Well, here's the thing that I never understood. Like, I never thought in a million years that Laura would turn on Tawanda, Sarah, Tracy. Jenna, Galloway girl. I mean, I thought you guys, she would have your backs no matter what. And I mean, that shocked me when,
You,
this all happened. It really did.
you know what's
Well,
funny to me? All those women you just mentioned have always treated me with the utmost respect, even when Laura was discussing me on her panel. All those women you just named never
Mhm.
participated in that. So
I
that was
always
very
liked
telling.
you, Ems. Always.
I know I was not the sheep, and they would
Nope.
talk about Ims, and I'm like, you know what? Ims has never done a thing to me. She's
Right.
been nothing but kind to me. She
Ask
even,
Tawanda, even when we were not like sort of speaking, because she made that video. Ask Tawanda who I called when I was upset. I called Tawanda.
I believe
I
it.
had her number, and I actually texted her, and her answer to me back was, "Who is this?" Carla. And she goes, "Well, let's talk." So I talked to her for 2 hours, 2 hours. And I poured my heart out to her. And this lady who did have like a problem because I did lie. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. I did lie about being a mole in that Discord. But that woman, this woman, Tawanda, is such a sweetheart that
She
she
is.
stayed on the phone with me for 2 hours and told
Tawanda
me
is the
everything was
most
everything.
selfless person
Oh,
I have
I
ever
know.
I
met.
quit
And
it.
has the
I can
most
be an out and
compassion.
out bitch now. Come on, come on.
Oh,
We all have
No,
Tawanda,
that
you're
in
my
us,
heart.
seriously.
Tawanda.
I mean, when she talked to me, I felt more guilty about Tawanda about lying about that Discord because she was going to lay down her life that it wasn't me. And I felt you don't even know, Tawanda, how bad I felt about lying about that. It ate at me and ate at me. And when I finally,
But I knew
I
you.
had to,
I knew you from other chats, and I'm like, there is no way that Carla would involve herself like this. There is
did.
absolutely no way.
Oh my
But,
God.
but I knew that even if you were the mole, that there was a reason you were the mole. You know what I mean? I
Right.
knew that there was probably pressure
But
and stress. And
I'm just saying, it didn't go like it's not like I felt good about lying to all of you. I didn't. And when I left, it wasn't because it was when that whole misery thing was going on. And I
yeah,
really did have a problem with that person because from what I
I
heard,
still
it
have a
just
problem with that
wasn't.
person, so I don't
And I
blame you.
remember we were in a voice call and Laura asked us all if anybody had a problem with him. And I remember saying I did, and she kind of stuck up for him. And I thought, well, it doesn't really matter what we think
Yeah,
there.
at that point, it didn't. It
You know,
didn't.
She was his
and
moderator, and like they were tight. And then, Laura tries to play, well, I never really knew Misery that well. Oh, yes, she did.
but a
Yeah, it was
few of
the
us
fact he had a lot of followers, and she thought that she was going to get him.
a
So
few of
Yep.
us had a problem in it. And then I thought to myself, well, it just doesn't matter to her. It doesn't matter to her. So why stay? If our input doesn't matter, then, and I never felt like she even liked me anyway.
well,
So
I said last night that I'm just going to quit talking about that whole situation and that over
right.
there. and it's better for me, and it's healthier for me, and it's healthier for my soul.
It is.
Right.
It is. It's a lot healthier for me. I have to be that way. And
Right.
I've got to that point with, you know, there's some certain people that I have to be that way with now.
Yep.
I
Mhm.
just have to be that way. I have to unsub them. I have to not listen to them
Yeah.
because it just, it hurts my heart to see other people hurt, I guess, more than it hurts to see myself hurt. You know, because
Yeah.
last night I was being called out by a troll. Guess what? If you're a troll and you call me out, I'm not going to your panel. Not
Well,
going
and I
to your
think that
panel.
I think that was Am's point earlier, that it didn't bother as much when they were attacking her as it did when they were attacking Remy, because Remy's her friend. And I would feel the same if people were attacking Misdemeanor. It would hurt me more that they were hi Jenna, that they were attacking her than if, you know, I'm kind of used to it now. Like, I'm just like, what's next? But one thing I won't do is I won't jump up on a panel that I know that, you know, it's going to be toxic for me. I won't. I
Yeah,
might
I
go on a
agree.
panel
I
that I
agree.
know
I
people are
just want to
friendly.
straighten something out too. On Saturday, I went live and I had Misdemeanor on my panel. Put it to rest, you guys. Carla and Misdemeanor are just
She's stealing my friend.
yeah. Misdemeanor is a friend. You know, it's okay that she goes somewhere else. Come on,
Right.
stop it.
Right.
We're
I
not in
never
high
said
school.
anything.
Huh?
I would
Not
never say
you.
anything.
Not
Oh,
you.
did people say things? Well, you know what people say? People have said this to me. Oh, Carla can't keep a friend. Look, Misdemeanor is grown up. She can go where she wants. If she goes up on,
Right.
I've been on Jenna Moon. I think I've been on Jenna's panel. Maybe not. I mean, if I go on someone else's panel, she won't get mad at me. And if she goes on
Right.
someone else's panel, we're all friends, all of us. I'm Twanna's
YouTube is
friend.
a big place, and if you put us in such a narrow hallway, think about how much around us that we'd be missing out on. There's
And
just a
let's
ton of
be
people
real.
here.
Friends don't get jealous of friends.
No,
That's right.
You know what I mean?
no.
Unless you're one of the mean girls and you can only wear pink on whatever day it was. I don't even. You got a fucking
Hey,
weirdo burn
I
book
can't
and
join that. I can't join that group though. I don't know how to talk like a thug.
oh
'Cause
my
I got
gosh, isn't it
Man, I just want
so
someone to go
funny
back
I
lately?
over me.
watched a video. Is it on her Star Punk channel? Is
Yes.
it on her
Oh
Star
my
Punk
god,
channel?
that is the
Yeah.
funniest video. That is
Oh my gosh.
so funny.
But
Well, I
Carla,
thought that
there was so much more than just the little clip that Starlight put on there. I mean, it went on for a long time, and it was
Oh
like
god.
one accent after another, after another, after another. It's hilarious.
Well, I always thought that Foxy Bot was pretty funny myself. That one clip that she did of Foxy Bot when she was going to take her
Oh,
out to the bayou and tie her, feed her to
the
the
chicken blood.
alligators, all this cree or whatever that thing was she was saying.
That was hysterical.
Oh my God. I don't know that person, but she's kind of scary. But
Oh.
yeah, we gotta try and be nicer to each other, I think.
Well, I just said
fun.
I said on mine the other day that I just think it's time that I don't know if Carla, if you caught Tracy's live or Sarah's live on Saturday, but both of them did. I mean, on addiction and recovery was Sarah's,
Tracy,
and then through a mom's eyes on Tracy's. God, I bawled.
I
through the whole
watched
thing.
Tracy had
Tracy
me in
too.
tears.
You know, it scares me to death because you know my son's in. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
everybody
I
knows my
know.
son's in recovery, and whenever I hear about how many times people have relapsed, it just puts a knot in my stomach because this is the first time
I know,
for
but I
him.
think it would be good for you to watch though, because I mean, Tracy has a lot of
Oh,
insight to it. I mean, her son is everything to her, and you know, she
oh, my
really,
son.
He's a cutie too.
yeah.
Just
My
want to put that out
son
there.
was nasty to me. Oh my God. When we finally cut him off, oh, you cannot believe
Well,
the things that he said to me. Oh,
I
were
just
And
want
it
horrible.
the
wasn't him,
girls to
Carla.
all
Just
do
know
Oh, I
together.
that.
know that. When he did that, whatever step it was where he had
Yeah.
to apologize to me, he was crying. He says, "You know, Mom, I never meant it." And it was like we were both crying because
Oh,
I said, I know, I know, but I had to do it. I had to say because my daughter had finally called me and said, Mom, if you give him more money, we're gonna find him dead in an alley. And she said, do not, I don't want to find my brother. I don't want to hear, and have the cops call me and say my brother's dead. So I finally had to say no. And
I've
oh
heard
God,
You did the right
I've
thing,
heard that when
Carla.
people are in, especially like active withdrawal, that they will steal from their grandmother if they need to
I'm going to do
oh
that.
yeah,
Yep.
That's
to
the
get that
absolute truth too.
to go away.
he was dumpster
Very
diving.
true.
He was dumpster diving to find stuff to sell to get drugs. Like that's how bad it was. And I was praying that he would rob somebody and then have to go to jail, because then I knew he would have to, he would be off drugs. That was, and I felt so guilty for thinking that. I'm thinking, I'm hoping my son goes to jail, because I know in jail he's not going to be able to take drugs. Like, what kind of mother am I? You go through all that. Why did he end up there? Why? I have two kids. One's, perfect, and the other one, you know,
It's how it
what
works
did I do
sometimes,
wrong?
though.
What did I do wrong? But then my grandfather was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic. My sister's an alcoholic. So, maybe it's in the family. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Amanda Ray.
Or Carla, maybe they made a friend and they started hanging out with people that, exposed him to that type of lifestyle, and maybe it
This is,
had nothing
but
to do with you.
but that's what Tracy said. Tracy said about her son. Her son, it was a knee injury, you guys, and I know
Mhm,
exactly what they meant
mhm.
because I had a knee replacement at 40 years old. At 35, I had 7 surgeries before I was 40. And they handed me Vicodin like they were Tic Tacs back then. And I took them as prescribed. I never went over, never went under. I did exactly what they told me to do. And I seen a surgeon. He said, we got to replace that knee, but the first thing we got to do is get you off that medicine. I said, no problem, no big deal. Oh my God. For almost 2 weeks straight, I threw up and messed myself. I mean, it was horrid. Absolutely
Wow.
horrid.
Tawanda, I'm supposed to have a knee surgery, a complete knee replacement. I had an engine cave in on me when I got into a car accident. I got to show you a picture of my knee, all the stitches. I've had numerous surgeries on my knee, but since I've been sober, I am so scared of the medications that they'll put me on after I have the surgery. I've just been putting it off. I am
Yeah.
petrified.
And Sarah, I was petrified too, because
Yeah.
after I went through 2 weeks of throwing up and all that stuff, I can tell you that my doctor told me, he said, you're going to have morphine when you first come out. But once
Yeah.
I take
Gosh,
you off
yeah.
that machine, you're going on Advil. Well, they gave me the morphine pump. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it. Give me Advil. I did not want to be sick like that again. I
Yeah.
did not. I'm the kind of person that you stick your finger in a light socket once, and you don't stick it in again.
My knee is so bad that like I'll wake up screaming in the middle of the night because it's locked and I can't move it.
Yep.
And oh
I
God, it's
literally
so
had to
bad.
wear a brace to bed so I could get up in
Yeah.
the middle of the night to pee. It was horrid. It was horrid. And once I got it done, and and you're going to have so much relief, Sarah, after that.
I'm
But
scared though.
I
Like
don't
I am
blame you.
petrified.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But just know that I'm telling you that Advil works better than any drug. You got to put it in your mind first, because trust me,
Right.
when they gave me that morphine, I'm like, this feels great. And then I thought, nope, it feels too good. It feels way too good. You like this way too much. Forget it. Pain medicine does the opposite to me because I'm very ADD. So where
Mm-hmm.
it puts where people nod off and shit. Not me. I was ready to clean the hospital room. You know what I mean?
Well, and then
I
the
know that
people that
feeling.
really need pain meds, like Misdemeanor with her tooth, she is
Oh
in
God, love her.
so much pain.
Poor
that
thing.
she can't stand it, but they won't give her anything for her pain. And I mean, that's why she's not here, guys. It's not because we're having a fight. So don't
Right.
be spreading. She is in so much pain. Like she can't even, she, I think, might have grinded her teeth because she said the tooth kind of flipped, moved. And
There's
so,
nothing worse
like,
than an abscess tooth. There is
oh my
nothing.
God, it's painful. And they won't work on it or they won't pull it until, the
Infection is gone.
abscess
Yep.
is gone, the infection. So she's in a lot of pain. No, we're not fighting. We're fine. We talk every day. But I'm just letting her, yes, the
And
Tylenol.
pain is always worse in the morning. I mean, everyone knows that. You get up at what time is that?
Oh,
What time is it for her
well,
right now?
she's an hour behind us, so it's 9 here, it's 8 there.
I know anytime I'm experiencing pain, it's always the worst first thing in the morning.
But especially if you grind your teeth, and if she's grinding her teeth when she's asleep, she's going to wake up in a world of pain in the morning, So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so say prayers for her because she's in a lot of pain and they won't give her any pain medication and she is in a lot of pain. And I just feel horrible for her, like horrible.
Maybe she should
Hopefully,
think about going to the emergency room.
I
mean,
told her that, but now with all this COVID, it's so hard to get anything or go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I just hope she gets this done pretty quick and is my girl again. I feel bad for her.
my husband had his knee done twice now, and this was within the past couple of years. And I know, especially, he would come home and his leg would still be numb from the nerve block. But man, through the night, I don't know how he would have made it through without pain medication.
Oh,
So I think he only took it for like 3 days, but there was one point that we even had to call the doctor and have it upped from Vicodin to Percocet, I believe, just because the Vicodin wasn't touching it for him. But he only needed it for a couple of days and came off it just fine. But it was scary watching him beyond that
Sweet
because
Wheat had
you never
a hip
know.
well,
replacement.
Sweet, you did have surgery, didn't you, hon?
She
I
had a
hope you're
hip
doing
replacement.
better, hon. She said when she got out of surgery last week, they had me on Dilaudid.
Dilaudid.
I can't even pronounce it. So much I know.
Good stuff.
I hope you're not in pain. I know knee surgery is pretty painful. My husband had it.
And
But
that's
just
the thing
remember
with
how good it feels and then how good it doesn't feel when they don't give it to you. That's why you need to get yourself off that shit as soon as you can, because I mean it's like what do I want to call it? It's like the angel and the devil on your shoulder.
well, that's what scares me. Like, I've not been tempted. I've not had to have any type of surgeries, but if I have this surgery, I don't want my mind to tell me 2 months down the road that I still need medication, or I don't want to say, oh, you know what? I bet I can make myself feel better if I just get the doctor to give me this because I just had
Yeah.
surgery. I don't
Are you
want an
afraid?
excuse.
Are you
Oh, I'm
afraid, Sarah?
petrified. Yes,
Okay.
I'm petrified. Like, I've been sober since 2014, but it never goes away. That it's always in the back of my mind. And I fight that,
But you have a
Sarah,
good support with your husband. He's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, for sure. And, relapse isn't in my, it's not in my thought process, but I don't know how to explain it. It's still there. And
there's
if I have the
non-narcotics
surgery,
though.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, hon, go ahead.
No, you're right. There is. And
Like Toradol, when I had a surgery that I needed, the Toradol actually worked better while I was in there than the morphine did. I didn't itch from it. It worked great, and it didn't give me that high feeling.
yeah.
So there's other options. I think now though they have Toradol listed as a schedule as well.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't
Which is
know what
weird.
level it is, but yeah.
And I mean, were you, I don't know, I don't know if this is too personal, Sarah. Were you addicted to prescription drugs or?
Oh yeah, in the beginning
Okay.
I was, but it,
Okay. So,
you know, on down the line it became heroin. So
oh, okay. See,
yeah.
my son was crack cocaine.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was, and when he went through withdrawal on his own, like he did it completely on his
God love
own,
him.
and he said it was the worst. That's why he's like so adamant about staying clean. He said it was the worst. He thought he was going to die. He really
Can
did.
I
Oh,
ask
But
a
I think,
question that might be very kind of dumb of me, and I'm just not sure. So I know about heroin withdrawals just because you see it so much on TV and stuff, and I've watched shows where people have gone through it. But I guess I didn't realize that crack puts you through that same withdrawal. I don't know why I didn't know that.
oh, I don't know, but I don't know what it is because I've never been addicted. But he said it was the worst, worst, worst.
see, that's what I don't understand because usually even Brandon's here. You don't go through withdrawals with crack, do you?
No, you just would your
Well,
body
he
would
did all kinds of drugs, so he didn't just do crack. He did
Yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
You
gonna
know what I
say,
mean?
I think he
It
was
was a
doing,
cocktail of drugs that he
yeah,
was going on
I
at the
think he
end.
was doing something else, Carla, because
Oh,
I
he
know a
was.
lot
He
of,
definitely was.
I know a lot of people who have got off meth and have got off crack. Cocaine, whatever, and I think it was
He,
emotional withdrawals, but not
Right,
physical.
right.
yeah, no, his was, yeah, physical,
And
Yeah,
physical.
I,
Oh,
he was
he was
probably
on
doing
He
something
all
probably
else.
had
kinds.
some opiates in him
He only
too.
admitted to crack to me,
Yeah.
but my daughter said, she shook her head. She said, "No, Mom, he's on like way more than." But
Yeah.
I never pushed it. I'm just happy that he's sober, that he's clean,
Absolutely.
sober.
Absolutely.
He won't even drink. He won't even drink a beer. He won't even drink a beer. He won't smoke. He's quit smoking. He doesn't want anything to do with any of that. And he's gotten religious too. I don't know
That's
where that
awesome.
came from.
well, that's
But yeah.
you
And
know.
That's what
I pray
AA is
every
all
day.
about, getting a
Yeah.
higher power. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Probably just needed some spiritual support. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's like the recovery part that's scaring me because I hear so many people say, well, I relapsed 5 times, I relapsed 10 times, I relapsed 3 times. You know what I mean? This is the
Yep.
part that scares me. I mean, he's gone through the hard part, but the relapsing, I just hope
Honestly,
that,
going through you know, not recovery, but the withdrawal part, that's the easy part. The hard part is staying sober. And that's why
yeah,
so many people overdose, relapse, because, when they relapse, their tolerance is so low and they think they can do just as much as they did before. And then that's what causes the death.
Yep.
and that's what scares
Tolerance
me.
isn't there. See, I'm not
Yeah.
educated enough on this stuff to feel like I can, have a
Ems, I'm not
conversation.
either. I'm just the mother of an addict. You know what I mean?
But
Like, I don't know what he's going through. I don't understand it because I've never gone through it.
Right. I appreciate hearing about this though, because you guys know, I have a kid that's getting ready to go into college in, 2 weeks. And I don't know that I would have known the signs as well had I not listened to you ladies. Um, there's been a lot that I've learned. I don't have anyone in my life currently that's battling addiction, but it's good to at least hear about, especially about enabling, because I think I would be the world's worst enabler. I really do. So
I
it's been
think I
good
was.
listening to you, Mom.
I mean, he would come up with so many stories why he needed money. Yeah, and he would get fired from every freaking job. And I'm like, why can't you keep a job? The last job he had, he got fired because he got caught, at work doing
Yeah.
drugs. He lost his car. He lost his home. He was gonna lose his son. Losing his son, like almost losing his son, is what finally, and not having no money, and what I think was the rock bottom for him. I think we all are or
They
everyone
say
that,
addicts just want to sit alone in the corner with their drug and nothing
Yeah.
else
that's
becomes
all he
important to
wanted.
them.
But
Yep.
and he would, and his you know, when it was, because they were separated because she couldn't take it anymore. And when she would go to the house, there'd be all these strange people, and her son would be there. And she finally said, I don't want my son, you know, here. And she was taking him to court. She was going to get sole custody. And my daughter approved. Like, she said, you know, if you want to see your son, you're going to have to come to my house, because I don't want him going to your house, and neither does his mother. So that was kind of, I think, rock bottom for him. I'm not sure, but I think losing his son is what finally did it for him.
Sarah, what was it for you? What was your rock bottom?
My rock bottom was my family absolutely turning against me, not speaking to me. My grandparents took me out of their trust and absolutely wouldn't even say hi to me. And I had nowhere to go. I was sleeping on the streets, and, I had to beg, borrow, and steal. And I just got tired of it. Like, it was just, I couldn't do it anymore. It's not who I was. It's not how I was raised. And I was so ashamed of where I was at. And I wanted something different and something better. And I was just so tired of living that way, waking up sick every morning. It was awful. And
I'm sorry. I just want to clarify there's a bird that sounds like a screaming baby in the background, and it is not a baby, just so everyone knows.
Oh,
Just
Ems, you're
want
lying.
to
You gave
clarify.
birth.
It's a bird.
my grandparents, were old, and they said, Sarah, we need you, where are you at? And I literally went into treatment because I didn't want my grandparents to die and me still be out on the streets, and so, yeah. And my daughter, um, she, uh, she and I went through a lot together, and I didn't want her to see me as some type of role model when I'm out on the streets shooting heroin. So that was a big reason for change too.
Did you just get tired, just
Oh,
physically
absolutely.
physically tired of like
I,
living
I
like that?
didn't want to live anymore. The drugs convinced me that I was worthless. The drugs convinced me that I should just kill myself because I meant nothing to nobody.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh
Sarah,
yeah.
do you know what a powerful story you have?
Right.
You really, really do.
You have such a powerful story. You could, I really, really encourage you and Brandon to keep doing what you guys are doing, because
Yeah.
you guys are powerful. You're very powerful.
Thank you,
And
Tawanda. And a lot of that comes from getting rid of all the shame. Like, I'm not ashamed to talk about it, because what if it does help somebody,
Yep.
And
Even if it just helps one person, I think that's
yes.
a very powerful thing. And
Sarah, I
you,
think whether you know it or not, and I'm not going to tell any stories, but I know somebody you've helped. So just know that, okay?
Oh,
and
that's
Sarah,
amazing,
Just know
Tawanda.
that.
have you and Brandon ever thought about talking in schools? Because that
yeah,
Brandon has, yeah.
kids about
Brandon's
17 are the ones that scare me the most, because they,
yeah.
there's so many pain pills being
Mhm.
sold right now in high schools, and they don't
mhm.
know, they just think, oh, it's a fun thing. They don't know, what could
Well,
happen if they
it's because
buy enough and take
teenagers
them for
are.
a week.
You were a teenager once, Ems. Don't you know we were 10 feet tall and bulletproof?
In Brandon's line of work, he's gone to prisons and schools and done those kind of talks, and he is so good at it. I'm not so much, because I choke up on words and I forget things, but man, he's on it spot on. He's so good at it. I've been able to listen to him sometimes when he does get to do it, and it's just tear jerking
Can I
sometimes.
ask you another personal question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever end up in jail, or did you ever
Oh
have to spend the
gosh.
night in jail?
I'm a convicted felon because of
Oh,
drugs.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know. How about Brandon? Did he
He's
go that
he,
route too?
he's a convicted felon and has been to prison. Yeah.
Okay, so you understand when I said to myself, like, I'm a mother that hoped, wished, prayed that her son would go to jail to stop
Yeah.
her from taking
I
drugs.
understand it
And the
because when
guilt
you're
that
in
I felt.
jail, you have a nice place to sleep. When you're in jail, you have 3 meals. When you're in jail, you don't have to worry about an overdose. I completely understand. There was nights when I was out on the street that I wished I was in jail because at least I'd have some place to sleep.
And
Did you
food.
and Brandon have to withdraw in jail?
Oh gosh, yeah, and that's awful. That's the worst.
Yeah, I
Withdrawing
keep
in
seeing
jail is the
news
worst.
stories of people that are dying withdrawing in
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah, because the COs and the nurses in there, they don't want to acknowledge it or deal with it. Like they're like, "Oh, well, you'll get through it. You'll be all right." I collapsed in jail one time because I was withdrawing and they left me there, like literally left me there on the ground. They took my blood pressure and said, "Her blood pressure will be fine in a few minutes," and just left me there. And it was
That's scary.
awful.
I think people coming into jail in active withdrawal should be placed in a medical detox, for at
Oh,
least a few
absolutely.
days, and
And
then
that's
put
the
them in.
thing. They get the funding for that. And then all that funding goes to the CEO, to the COs or to the sheriff. It doesn't go to the buildings or to, help these people. It goes into the pockets of the COs. And that enrages me because they
Um,
do have the funding for it.
so, okay, so you relapsed a few times before the last time, correct? Am I correct?
Oh gosh, yeah,
Okay,
I did.
so what was different the last time? Like what
Well, my
was, go ahead. Oops,
Uh-oh. Can't hear you,
did we
Sarah.
lose? Sarah, you might have to,
can can you hear me now?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay, my phone rang.
Okay.
My grandma had just died and my doctor, he said, "I don't want to do this, but I'm going to give you some Xanax," because I was freaking out. I was holding my grandma when she passed away. And so,
Oh.
oh yeah, it was really intense. And, I had my grandfather who was just as sick. And so I was kind of losing it. And so he said, "I'm going to give you these." And when I took them, my mind said it's going to make more sense to take them all at once. So when I took
Oh,
them,
geez.
I kind of left the house and went and found different drugs because I really didn't know what I was doing, because I'm so high on Xanax. And so that was a binge for about 3 or 4 days until Brandon picked me up and took me into treatment.
And you lived happily ever after.
Yeah, I've been sober ever since. That was an awful experience. I relapsed pretty bad. My whole family had came over, and my aunts who were in their 80s and 90s, seen me passed out in the bathtub with a needle in my arm. And my aunt still to this day will not talk to me because of that. And she was my absolute favorite aunt. And I feel so bad for that because here I am sober and she doesn't get to experience that with me because of what I did. And
Right.
it's so heartbreaking. Like
It is.
she has to live with seeing what I did right after my grandmother died. And I feel so bad for that.
Sweet Weed says my son went to jail for meth, and when he called and begged me to postpone, I told him no and left him there. He says now that was the best thing I did.
Absolutely, sweetly.
And I
Absolutely.
I probably would have done the same thing had my son gone to jail. I wouldn't have posted his bail. I would have said no, I gotta stay there. Even like just knowing that where he was going, like seeing what it was doing to because it doesn't only affect the addict, it affects the family. Like we are all
It's a
affected.
family disease. Yes, it's a family disease
His sister,
See, and
because
his
it
I
does affect
son.
everyone.
I
Mhm.
don't know if I could leave my kid there if they were withdrawing. I think I would go bond them out. And again, this is probably what would make me an enabler. And go put her in a rehab or something. Just because of you know, if there's so many shows out there where the person just drops dead withdrawing in a jail cell. It would scare the shit out of me.
Well, the rehab my son went to, he had to actually go there. We couldn't just take him. He had to want to go there. They weren't taking him
Yeah.
unless he wanted to go there. So I couldn't just go there, bond him out of jail and just take him to a rehab center and just say, here he is.
Oh, I would freaking hog tie my daughter, and I would maybe even put her in a basement or something and
Oh,
make her
let me
withdraw
tell
there or
you.
something.
Let
I
me
don't
tell
know.
you. The place that Brandon took me, I was so mad at him. He and the doctor were best friends. They still are. And this doctor ran this rehab center that was a lockdown. Oh my gosh, I was so mad. I remember a week after I was in there, I said, I need out of here. And he looked at me and he said, I will probate you to stay here for 30 days if you try to get out of here one more time. Oh my gosh. And
I
Wow.
gotta
I'm
I gotta
grateful
hop
for
down,
that
ladies.
now.
My
Okay,
husband's
Em.
trying to get me.
Have a good
Okay,
day,
Okay.
Ems.
you
You
too.
have a great day.
I'm so grateful for that experience now because I'm sober. But then I was so mad. I told Brandon I was going to divorce him. It
Oh,
was
so
kind of funny.
you were with Brandon when you relapsed again?
I was, yes,
Oh, okay. Okay. So he knew
I
what to
was.
do and he knew
Oh,
the signs.
absolutely. He's best friends with the doctor, and he called him and said, look, I am bringing Sarah in. She's passed out in the bathtub with a needle in her arm. And he said, put clothes on her and bring her in.
That's
And
a good man you have there. That's
yeah, he
one good
really
man.
is. He honestly is. Like he's jumped through so many hoops for me. I couldn't even tell you. He is. He really is.
Yeah, because some men would just say, screw it, I'm done.
Yeah. He's put up with a lot of shit that I've done. Yeah.
Fortnite, I don't know you. So I'm really not comfortable putting someone on my panel then. Yeah, that I don't know. Sorry. Come in
And
here, Ava.
for anybody that wants to take all the information that I just said and try to troll me with it, if I didn't want anybody knowing about this, I would have never mentioned it. So don't try to, come at me and try to use it against me because it's not going to happen. It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to affect me the way you want it to. It's I want people to know this information.
You
Maybe
know,
it will help them.
it will help, and
Yeah.
even if it helps only one person knowing where you went and how far you've come, or
Yeah.
how far you've come from where you were. If it helps one person, I think it's worth. I mean,
And I
myself,
appreciate
think
you
it's
so
worth.
much for letting me talk about this. Like, I've not
Oh,
really been able to go into depth like this,
mhm.
and
Well,
I appreciate
I'm
you so
treating
much.
it like an interview because I'm very interested in this because my son, I don't know a lot about it. So I'm not educated and I want to make myself educated because I want to understand it. And it does scare me that, he's in recovery now, but it scares me that he might relapse and what to do, what
Just
works.
try to convince him to get into, you know, a center as quick as possible because the relapse will snowball and just get
Right.
worse and worse and worse. And then the harder it'll be to get clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's why I'm kind of grilling you, not grilling you,
Oh,
kind of
I get it.
interviewing you
I
because
That's
I
not
like.
grilling, Carla.
Not at
I just
all.
want to understand, like I do. I want to understand as much as I gotta unmute, guys.
Okay.
Well, Sarah, I know that Tracy's going to be doing some stuff on it too, that people are really asking for, this kind of information. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that can't be in the afternoon when Tracy's doing it or can't be in the morning when Carla's doing it. I really think you and Brandon and people who have been through this could be an absolute treasure to YouTube because I know there's so many people who struggle
Mm-hmm.
and I know True Helper is
Oh,
he's
True Helper's a gem, and he's a
ab-
wealth of knowledge.
I know. I called on his help and I am so glad I did.
Yeah.
And he is just, he's boy, he is a wealth of knowledge, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He really is. There's
Yeah.
so many good people in this community that get such a bad rap, well, they're a
I
piece of shit.
know.
And it's
I
not the
know.
case. It's not the case at all. I mean, we've had experiences, we've been through things, and it's okay to talk about those things because maybe it will help somebody.
I know.
And
And to take somebody and drag them because they've shared their story, it
right, that
really
that
pisses me off.
me too. Mandolyn, she has talked about her story, and she's been so honest and upfront about things she's gone through in her life. And people want to drag her for that and say the most god awful things to her. And that infuriates me so much because they don't know what she's had to go through. They don't know
Nope.
what her struggle was. Why are you even going to say something like that to her?
Yeah,
People are heartless and they don't care.
I know. I know they don't care. There's some very selfish people that I have learned
With
because
no
they don't.
compassion, no
Yeah, no
compassion whatsoever.
compassion. No compassion. They're like, "Oh wow, they're just a junkie." I hate that word, number one,
Yeah.
because it's so it's just, it just takes that person, and it just rips them to pieces. And it's not
And
it's
that's not
you wouldn't say
everybody's
that to
experience.
a diabetic, would you?
No.
Who has a disease. You wouldn't say, "Ah, you're just a damn diabetic."
Right.
Come on. Yes, you did make a decision the first time that you ever used drugs. You made that decision then. But to get away from it, I mean, look at the work that Wogs does on the street, and the
Oh, I love
compassion
those videos.
I
Yeah.
know the compassion he has for those people.
Hearing those people talk. Yeah.
Sorry,
And
guys. That was my doctor making a vid. I'm getting my first video doctor's appointment.
oh,
Honestly,
really?
I like those
COVID
better.
started. Yeah, I've never had a video. I had it on the phone, but I've never had like an actual video appointment. So they call you one day to tell you your appointment, then they remind you the next day, and then the next email is to tell you that they give you a link, and that's where you go for your video appointment. So it's really kind of
Well, don't screw
weird.
it up and put it on YouTube by hitting live,
In live, no. I
because
think
that's something I would do.
yeah, and that's something I would do. I actually did that one day, I think, with Misdemeanor. We were doing StreamYards, and suddenly everybody was coming up on my live stream, and I'm like, oh my God, we're live. I can't remember what I was saying. It was something stupid. Oh my God, I have to delete this. I'm a little dumb.
It was like
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
dumb at all, Carla.
I am sometimes.
No.
Here's how dumb I am, okay? This is it. I talked about this when I first came on. I've been wearing my mask backwards this whole time. I went out with my husband shopping yesterday, and he looked at me and he goes, "Have you been wearing your mask like that all along?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, it's upside down." I hate to tell you. So now I know how to wear it.
See, you
But
didn't Google mask wearing.
I guess not. I'm sorry I interrupted you guys. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you didn't interrupt
No,
at
you
all.
didn't
We were just
interrupt us.
chatting while you was gone.
Oh, okay. No, but I really appreciate you, Sarah, because here's the thing. I don't know a lot about addiction because like I mean, did they tell you anything like when you went through like therapy and your your rehab and everything? Did they tell you if it was like a hereditary thing is in some cases, or because in my family, my grandfather was an alcoholic, my dad was an alcoholic, my sister's an alcoholic, and my son is a drug addict. And so I'm thinking there's something in our family
I
that
think there's definitely a gene, some type of genetic, there's got to be something there because my whole list of family members are addicts. My mom was, my grandfather was. It goes on for generations. um, I think it might skip some here and there. You know what I mean? Because I have sisters that have never used a drug a day in their life, not even smoked. And here I am. And I, that's such a good question. I think with alcoholism, absolutely. With drugs, I just don't really know.
See, and that's what I was thinking too. Did it like, because my grandfather was a real raging alcoholic. My dad was a functioning alcoholic. My sister's a functioning, you know what I mean? They both have
Mhm.
jobs, they work, and they go to work, they're well, I guess what they call them is weekend alcoholics. Because my dad, and believe it or not, my dad was a pilot. So,
Oh.
isn't that scary? That's scary. But that was before the days that they were, they tested them and stuff like that. Now, I mean, that couldn't happen.
Carla, my dad, whenever I was a kid, I remember him having a fifth of whiskey right by the saw whenever he was cutting meat. That's no shit. And but I never seen my dad drunk. You know what I mean? You know, where you see people that are thick tongued
Mm-hmm.
and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never really seen him drunk per se, but he drank every day.
Yeah.
And one day somebody said, "I bet you can't quit drinking." He said, "What's the bet?" And they said $100. My dad has not drank since that day,
Oh my God,
and
really?
that was
That's
over 30
amazing.
years ago. Yeah.
Carla,
Well,
you mentioned that your dad was a pilot, right?
yes.
So there's a guy in recovery that Brandon got to meet, and they based his life story off of a movie with Denzel Washington, where he, flies the airplane. And have you seen that movie? He
No,
flies
but
the
I'm gonna watch
airplane.
it, I think.
Yeah, he does a lot of drugs, and so many people died because he was on these drugs. He crashed the plane, and
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, he's really big in recovery. I can't think of the guy's name right off the top of my head, but Brandon got to meet him, and you have got to see this movie. I'll send you
Yeah, find
what the
me.
movie is.
Yeah, because
It's
I
so good.
remember, like, here's the thing: with when I was growing up, my dad would drive the car with a beer in between his legs, and it was just normal for us. We didn't think anything of it. But he was a pilot,
Right.
flew airplanes. Well, now I've got this thing about flying now. But I know now that I do, because I knew what I grew up with. My dad was a pilot and he drank. And he was an alcoholic. But and there's probably air traffic controllers and stuff like that, but they test everybody now. So I shouldn't be scared, but I know what I grew up with. So I know what my dad was, doing when he was flying planes. So never crashed a plane, but he was drinking while he flew. So there's
Ladies, I
that.
gotta step down. I gotta go to work.
Okay,
I love
Tawanda.
you both. Have a
Thank you
great
so
day.
much for
Have a
coming
good
up.
day, Tawanda.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Love
you.
you,
Thank you.
Tawanda.
I
Appreciate it.
love
Love
you.
you.
Okay, you guys have a good one. Talk to you later.
Okay, well,
All
bye.
right, bye-bye.
I love her. She's so
I do
sweet.
too. She's got a heart of gold. And I know that she gets so much flack from trolls and stuff, but she is such a great person. I love her so much.
Yeah. Don't you find though too, Sarah, and I'm asking you this is not about drugs or anything. Don't you find that since you've left Laura's that you've kind of opened yourself up to more people and
Oh
found a
yeah.
whole bunch of people that you thought were horrible people, and now you find out, wow, why did I dislike this person? I never have. That's why I say to people, find out why you dislike someone. Make
Yes.
sure you're disliking them because they did something to you, or they're doing something horrible. Don't dislike them just because someone says that you should. You know.
There's so many people that Laura absolutely hated.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to get close to them or to try to even talk to them because, they were so bad. But since I'm away from the purple community, I've gotten
Right.
to know these people, and they are absolutely precious
I
and
know.
sweet as can be. And I'm so glad that I've gotten the chance to, get to know them, hang out with them, talk with them, have some laughs with them,
Yep.
because they're great people.
I know. It's like Hello Starlight.
She's
Ash
hysterical.
274, Marsha White Sharky. By the way, let's throw out some prayers for her. Kiki.
Oh,
Oh, she
yes.
could stand Kiki. I love her. And I find her videos, she's so talented in making videos. Just a lot of people, like 180 even. Just a lot of people that I've, grown really fond of and opened myself up to these people, and even Brian. I kind of hated Brian, just
Yeah.
because, not for my own reasons, just because I thought, I used to call him Brian Satan John.
I did not treat
know,
him well at all.
No, but I've seen what he's had to go through, and I can like empathize. That's what I think people need to do on here, is show more empathy for people. Like, think about what people are going through, and remember that there's a person on the other side of the computer. Yeah, Monkey, I do too. I just love her.
And don't dislike a creator just because your main favorite creator doesn't like them. If they're your friend, they're not going to dislike you because you like someone they don't. We can all coexist and have friendly words without having to do this whole war or sides kick. It's just not worth it. Like, this community has gone to shit because people want to fight for these creators, and I'm thinking, why? What's the use? If you were to get to know the other person you're fighting with, you might just like them.
And creators do the same thing. Like, we can't just like dislike people because we see them. Hi, Rosewater. We see them in a stream that we don't like. You have to treat. If they come in my stream and they go to Laura's, I can't say, well, you can't come in here because you go in there, or
Right.
they're makeup mobsters, because you know what? Maybe they like them for their own reasons, and they've never done anything to me in my stream, so I'm not going to ban them from here.
And
Because
who are we to judge who others like and dislike?
No.
Like, that's not our place to dictate who people can and can't like, or
It
why
really
are
isn't.
they talking to this person or that person.
Mhm.
That's none of our business. You know what I mean? And I think that if people would kind of go with that, this community would start to heal. I really think
Right.
that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if we all acted like our ages instead of like high schoolers. Well, it's
Yeah.
50-50, Carla. She shouldn't be your own mind. Couldn't be your own mind. Lesson learned. Yeah, exactly. You have to. That's why I say, like, if you hate me, think to yourself why you hate me. Why do you hate me? Do you hate me because I did something to you, or do you hate me because of what someone else said that you should hate me for? And then just make up your own mind. I'm not gonna force someone to like me, or not gonna say, you should like me or dislike me. Hi, Blackhearted. Hey, Blackhearted, I think I'm blocked by you, and I don't understand because I can't see you in any chats. Could you just
Blackhearted, it wasn't me that did that.
see if I'm blocked? Because I don't see you in any chats, and I checked I can't even find your channel to see if you are blocked.
I seen that the other day or
I like
yesterday,
her.
Blackhearted.
Yeah, I
and
do see you from here, but I don't see you in chats. If you're
wasn't
not, I will
blocking you.
check. I will
I
check
even-
my block list and make sure that you're not blocked on my channel, because I see a lot of people talking to you and I don't see her. And that happened. Were you here when I got that rogue wrench, and people were texting each other and saying they couldn't come in my chat because someone went back in my lives and were blocking people?
Gosh,
It was
that's so
crazy.
stupid. People need to grow up.
I think the same thing happened to Robbie too, and someone else, another creator too. It might have been Molly Golightly, that she said someone went back. Oh, I know who it was. Dish with Lish said some 200 people were blocked on her channel. So it happens. So yeah, and we don't always think to go in our block lists every day and check. So I know it wasn't you. No, Were you blocked here? Like, I'm so sorry if you were, because I
No, it was
really wasn't
yesterday,
like,
and it was yesterday in the truths. She
oh,
got
okay.
blocked. I tried to unhide her a couple times, but I just, oh, it was a mess. I'm
But
sorry, Blackhearted.
if I'm in a chat like right now, like if I'm not, I can see her now because it's my channel. But if I'm in a chat when people are talking to her, I don't see her. And I asked someone last night, and I think it was Mandolin's, to ask her if I was blocked and if I had offended her, because I wanted to fix it. So,
Yeah.
but sometimes it happens, you know.
I like
Sometimes
Blackhearted. I
I do
always have.
too. I do too, and um, that's why I wanted to ask her if she had me blocked.
Hi, Miss Nunya. I love Nunya. She's so
Yeah, I
sweet.
know, she's so funny. She's so funny when she came up with her ghost story. I loved it. I'm still getting that too, by the way.
Are
And
you really?
that foot stuff. Do you see that Mandy Mixed Media Queen in here sometimes? Have you ever seen her?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she did the spirit box session last weekend, and she got she went to a graveyard, and she got a lot of EVPs. She even, I think they even saw an apparition, and she got it all on camera and all it's on her channel, and she's got it all time stamped.
Oh
So
my gosh.
you gotta go
I have
watch it.
got to
It's
go sub to
so
her.
freaking cool. Yeah, she did this. It was a 4 hour stream, and she went to a graveyard, and she got a whole bunch of stuff on an EVP and an apparition even. That was cool. I think she even got a little kid,
Oh
talking.
wow.
Yeah, so you have to play it back. You have to play it back in 0.5 or something to hear what it's actually saying. So it's really cool.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm into the whole paranormal stuff. Like,
I am too, but it freaks me out sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it scares me too. And I still hear steps. And are you hearing feedback coming from me?
No, not
Or am I
really.
just like, is anybody in there?
Is it
It's
me?
just me. No, it's me. It's me. I don't know if it might be my speaker. I don't know. Oh, maybe it might be that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still hearing the footsteps. Still, weird things are like my drawers in my dresser are opening by themselves. My cupboard doors are. I never catch it though. I gotta get a camera
Mm-hmm.
and fix them. She said to get one of those security cameras and set them all over the house. Because one of these days I'm going to catch something. Hey, Mario. Hey, JC. I'm not going to call him the whole word because I think that's sacrilege.
Carla,
Just
I'm gonna
can't.
have to jump down here.
Okay, honey.
My
Thank you
my
so
son's
much
up,
for.
and I'm gonna make him breakfast. But thank you so much for having
Oh,
me
thank
up.
you. Thank you for your everything, Sarah. And you and
I love
Brandon
you so much.
I love you too. And you and Brandon, keep it up. And I love Brandon too. I think he's amazing. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
just keep doing what you guys do. If you save one life, it'll be worth it.
Thank you, Carla. And
Okay.
same
Yeah.
to you and your son. Bye, chat. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye. So anybody else want to come up? Or are we like, I'm going to turn my camera on because I look like shit. Look at my things. They're so horrible. No wonder people make fun of me all the time. I want to go to the. Oh, did you love it? Yeah, I did that myself. I got Cindy Lou Who, and I put my face on her. So, yeah, I thought it was cool. Hey, Becky Boo, Mom Val of New York. Does anybody else, Nanya, you want to come out for a few? Or anybody else? Gingerlock's mom, or I guess Gingerlock's mom can't. It's her daughter's birthday today. Happy birthday to Gingerlock's mom, daughter. I'm not sure if it's the younger one or the older one. But if anyone wants to come up, you're welcome to come up and talk to me, chit chat, or whatever. Or if you're sick of me, tell me. Put a one in the chat if you're sick of me. Put you in the chat if you're not. I think it's funny. Yeah. Oh, we can tell Nanya, we can tell them what we are planning to do for a members only live stream. Also believe that you have to be careful with whom you put on a pedestal, especially here in the community. Number one is morally right. No need to follow their standard. We all have some ingredients to share for the cake. Oh, but speaking of cake, I made a apple cobbler this weekend. It was really good, let me tell you. Oh, you still want me to stay up? Does anybody want to come up and chit chat or talk? I'll put the link in. And keep in mind, people that want to porn me, I can check if you're real. Because you click on those 3 dots and it shows you if your account is verified. Thank you for not blocking the word of the Lord. Unlike others, God sent me to Laura, and even I have to ask advice from my mother, Mary. She allowed me a holiday and blessed me. Okay, JC. Do you want to come up, Nanya? Oh, do you guys want to come up? Ems, come on up. Let's have a little laugh. Nanya's going to come up. We're going to laugh. Lovely loan stuff for college. So darn stressed. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. Been there, done that. Rosewater's in here. I am so honored you're in here. Oh, you'll come up. Well, there's the link, Rosewater. I love Rosewater. I watch her channel all the time. She's amazing. I actually watched, I think I watched that last night. Has anyone heard from Simon? Simon had an operation. Okay, let me see. Okay, you're authenticated.
Whoa.
Hi.
I don't know how to change the picture on that though. How do I change?
Hi, Mom Bell.
Carla.
Do you have another device going, Rosewater?
How do I change?
Oh, Persian. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Do you have another device going, Rosewater? You must have another device going because I'm hearing an echo. Let me see. Yeah, you need to turn off whatever YouTube is playing on another device, I think. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you, Mom Bell.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm from the Philippines, but I am here now in New York.
Oh, you're in New York right now?
Yes.
And you're from the Philippines? Well, you're very lovely. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyway, I don't know if it is allowed to say it here, but I think I'm not sure if it was Samara S or the other one. No, it's Brick. What's her name? She is here, but she is so close to 1K subscribers. She's 970 something. I don't know if it is allowed that maybe we can help her to reach the 1K subscriber.
It's what's her channel name?
Oh my god, I don't know if I can say her name.
I don't know.
just
Samara can probably
It's
post
Prick.
her.
Prick. Hold on. I can't.
I figured it out.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Rosewater.
Hi.
970. That's pretty close to 1,000.
It's not Samara. It's. Oh my God.
No, I know it's not her channel, but
Yeah, I just
what is the
sub of her
channel name?
She is
Hey,
very close.
Sabrina.
I cannot
Hey,
find her
Rosewater.
name anymore.
Hi. I'm just
How are you?
trying to figure everything out here.
Haven't you ever been on a panel before?
I was only on
Oh yeah,
once.
it's Ada.
And it was probably a couple years ago.
Oh,
Can
she
you-
just posted it.
Can you hear me? All right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I didn't know if I was too far away from the mic.
No,
or-
no.
So
This is-
Carla, it's
This
Ada.
is only the
Prick.
second time, so.
Yeah, I just saw it. She just posted it. Oh, Ada Prick. She comes in here all the time. Yes.
She's
So,
very-
Rosewater, I like your channel.
Oh, thank you. I like your channel.
Well, thank you. I don't see you very often. Is it because I'm on so early? A lot of
You're
people
on
say
so-
that.
yeah, it is that you're on so early.
I know. But you know what's great about being on early? because after I'm done, I had the rest of the day to do everything I need to do.
That's true. That's true.
Simon, someone asked about Simon Simple. Simon had an operation, and so he was going to take a couple weeks off. So I keep in touch with him. I haven't heard from him since he had his operation. Yes, he is a very good gentleman, nice guy.
I've seen him on your panels before. He seems like a really
Yeah.
nice-
Yeah, he is. He's a sweetheart. Okay, Nanya's coming up.
I can't see chat. I don't know how to bring chat up.
Oh, Nanya, can you tell her how to bring chat up?
Okay, go to the bottom of your screen where your phone is, and you see where it says chat.
I'm on a
You're
computer.
on your computer.
On the computer. Look on the side.
On
It's
the side.
Does it
Panel
say
on the bottom
comments? Does it say comments?
Comments. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
click on that.
If you click on comments,
Oh,
you'll see the
okay,
chat.
Yay!
Okay, yay! You know, oh, did I pop your cherry? Did I pop your cherry?
I
think you did.
was on once, but it was like 2 years ago or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not on very
Well,
often.
that was probably on Hangouts then.
It
right?
was Google
Yeah.
Hangouts. Yeah. So that was my last time. Well, this is great. I can see
Oh, we
anyway.
can talk. So
Yeah.
do you guys like my picture? It's Cindy Lou Who with my face.
I think it's so cute. I think it's cute. I wanted to tell you
my
that
face on Cindy Lou Who.
because that's what
Everybody-
Misty calls her all the time.
Everybody was teasing me and saying I look like Cindy Lou Who.
Well,
I don't know if
Cindy
that
Lou
was a
Who's
compliment.
it is. a
I don't know
compliment.
why
She's
people are
cute.
so hung up on criticizing other people. Looks is craziness.
Well, that's better than being
Oh,
called
God. Yeah.
better than being called Chucky, you
That's-
know.
That was horrific.
Right?
Sorry.
Oh, and it went on for quite a
went on.
while.
They kind of
know.
they kind of beat the daylights
Well,
out of
and,
it.
and you know what I find like really hypocritical is she says like, don't make fun of people's looks. That's being a hypocrite. She had a freaking whole screen
That's what she does.
with a Chucky doll up on her screen referring to me, and she was quite proud to say, yeah, that's about you. That's what you know, we think you look, and everybody in her freaking chat was calling me that. Like, yeah, don't be a
Exactly,
hypocrite.
right? And it was encouraged.
Yeah, it was encouraged. So, and
Yeah,
she
that
did it
was-
for so long. She did it for so long that I just said, you know what? Oh well, you know, just get over it.
Join them. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
Right? Sarah left, and I wanted to tell her I love her. Thank you.
Oh, I know. I did.
She's
I
a
really,
sweet. I just thank her so
Hi,
much.
Samira. I'm
telling her
just learning.
story.
I'm learning how to do this. I tried to go live yesterday because I thought maybe I'd go live before I get taken down, but it didn't work out so well.
well, okay. Are you trying to go? Do you have 1,000 subs? You do.
Thank you, Samara.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you want a panel, you'll have to go on StreamYards to have
Well,
a panel.
I do have StreamYards, but I think what I did was I tried to go through just YouTube itself, the studio.
Well, here's what you do. You bring StreamYards up, you create a stream, okay? And then it'll ask you where you want to stream. And it'll give you Facebook, and it'll give you a bunch of places where you stream. You click on Facebook, and then it'll bring your Facebook channel up, and you either schedule it, you can go live right away, or you can schedule it for a certain time. Now, if you schedule it for a certain time, there's a button at the bottom. It'll say scheduled for such and such a time.
Oh,
And then you just go back and you wait. And then whenever you're ready to go on, the time that you set, you go on. And, hopefully it's,
hopefully it works.
hi, Kay Smalls. Yeah. So, and then you can have a panel. So it's quite easy. If you want me, if you want any help, I can help you with that. It's really easy to do. And then you can have a panel if that's what you want. I mean, not everybody wants. Oh,
I
okay,
was-
Mom
I was
Val.
just
But
trying-
thank
I
you
was
for
just
coming up.
trying-
Come up again. So it's really easy. You should try it. Just try it just to experiment, just to try it. Like that's what I
Yeah,
did
just to
yesterday.
see.
Because I tried to do a members only live, and I think I don't know how to do it from StreamYards yet, but I will learn. I'm a visual person. Did I say thank you to Persian Princess because she joined my Persian Princess? Thank you so much for joining the Coffee Coalition.
I actually have
The coffee
I
coalition.
actually have my coffee.
Yes. I drink too much coffee. So okay, so tell me about yourself, Rosewater.
Well, I got my coffee.
Okay.
I usually say I make videos. I've been around for a while. I think it was
Sweet.
2018.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Oh, so you're almost OG.
I came in when Trisha just left.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't she still on YouTube though?
Yeah, but before it went to court and the community
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
anymore, like the end of her for the community wise.
I just saw the other day, I just saw the thing where she was on what do you call it? Dr. Phil. I just saw that episode.
Oh, you
the other
just
day.
saw that?
I
Oh my
just
God.
saw it. Oh my God.
That's
I think I came
I
in.
know.
Wendy is, can I just say this? Wendy is beautiful. Like, Wendy, do not let anybody put you down. You are a beautiful woman. I just love
Aw.
her. She was like, the funniest part to me was when she kind of like fake fainted.
Oh, isn't that something? Yeah.
And Wendy looks at
Her,
Wendy
like,
looks
she's
at
shaking.
her husband. What's her husband's name? Sean. She looks at him and she goes, "Aren't you going to go get your wife?"
Yeah.
I was laughing my head off. I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so Wendy,"
No,
She
the
did-
best part too
She
was
did go
when
down like a ton of bricks though. Like, she just went straight down. Like,
Right.
Well, what about when
But,
she
she
when
was
she
funny.
fake got hit by the car when she jumped in front of the car and said the car
Oh
hit
my
her?
God, she jumped on that car. Like, oh,
Right.
yeah, she was
It's
saying
so
she got hit
obvious.
by a car and she jumped on the car. Oh my God. And her boobs are just like flopping back and forth. Oh my God. I miss
Dr.
all of
Phil
her.
was just ripping at her because he
That was
he was
perfect,
not
yeah.
he was not having it.
Oh, well, she got right into Wendy's face on that panel and
I
she was like
know.
pointing her finger. And I don't know if her husband, like, I mean, if that was my husband, he would have left the studio. Like, he would have been so embarrassed. Like, if I acted like that on a TV show, oh my God. I don't know.
I always thought like he was involved in a lot of this. Like,
Yeah.
he helped her do it. To a
Get her
certain extent.
started. Didn't he get her started or something, or encouraged her or something?
He encouraged her.
Yeah.
He did encourage her. I don't know. Like, I've seen some old tapes and stuff, and he seemed like he was encouraging her.
I don't know, but the sounds of it.
It was like a little business for her. So
I didn't even realize like that she was so. I never saw that footage of where she rubbed blood all over herself, but that was pretty gory.
No, I didn't
and
see
gross.
that.
I never saw that either. See, that was all.
No.
Yeah, that I
Was
don't know
all
where I
before me.
found that, but I saw and she did. She actually did. She was rubbing
most
blood
of
all
the
over
videos
herself.
down by the time I read.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I heard
on
about
here
it.
somewhere because I saw it and I've never seen that before. I'm like thinking, no wonder. But apparently, she was really nasty to some people. Thank God I
Right.
wasn't on here at the time, and I wasn't, in her wrath because she sounded like she was horrible. And Wendy and Diane still.
Some of a lot of things happened to her too that were pretty damn nasty though.
I don't know. See, I don't know any of that stuff. I just, when I came here.
One bad thing that I took out of what I noted, well, I found out about maybe 6 months after I think I got here. And she had a best friend, or I don't know if he was a best friend or a colleague, that committed suicide. And they blamed it on her, and it wasn't her fault. You know what I mean? Like, the woman died. And I never agreed with, making her feel shame for that.
Well, here's my thing.
I don't know if it was
feel-
a suicide
I
or
feel empathy
somehow the
for
woman
people.
died and they blamed it on her, and I always thought that was like,
I
wow.
feel empathy for people, and I saw her crying. I saw her crying the other day, and I don't know. I just always feel bad for the underdog or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know what she did. You know what I mean? But I saw her crying and
You'll
looked
see
like
that
someone that was
like
hearted,
I'll see.
maybe over.
Sorry, I keep talking.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I have nothing important to say, anyways.
Neither do I really.
Well,
I
it's
know,
nice to
like you
meet you,
Yeah, it is.
Rosewater.
Yeah. I watch her videos all the time. I'm
Do
like,
you? I need to get a link because I need to start watching
Oh.
some.
well, someone will post a link. One of my mods will post it. Brian will post a link in my chat.
Yeah,
Um,
Brian. Why isn't he up here too?
Brian's
Brian,
laying
Brian.
low.
Oh,
He's
is
laying
he?
low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I was doing.
And I was seeing you were.
Yeah, I was doing.
Oh, we
too.
had an idea too. Nanya and I were talking about doing a members only game day,
Game night.
like
Yeah.
game
Doing a
game
game-
day, just for fun, just
Let
for
your
fun,
hair down and everybody
just for shits and giggles.
yeah, just have some fun for a change and
We gotta find a
you
game
know.
though that we all want to play.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's so many.
something that's fun.
Like I said, that maybe you could go by. I'll go buy it, even if I can find it.
Yeah,
That-
we went on Miss Murders, and we played where she played a clip from like sitcoms music, and we had the game guess sitcom it came from. That was kind of
that's
fun.
Yeah,
That was fun. Yeah, that was
would
fun.
be fun. See, it'll all come to you, and it's so much fun
Yeah.
to just have a good time and laugh for a change instead of hearing all this garbage that's
Right.
going on. And
Yeah. Yeah.
we need to laugh and let it go. Hashtag let it go.
Hashtag let it go.
Right?
Just
Oh, well,
calm down.
some people
can't. No, they
know, some
can't.
people-
I mean, some
That's why I
people
said, like,
want
if
to
you-
live in the past and they just want to keep going and talking about it. And it's like, okay, is that solving anything? Is that, that's making you righteous because you said
Well, that's
something
what I
that,
tell
who
people.
cares?
If
Who
you
cares?
hate me, figure out why you hate me. Is it
They
because you hate
can't.
me because I did something to you, or do you hate me because you heard someone say something about
Yes,
me?
exactly.
They're misrepresenting the word hate.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hate. And I wish everybody would stop saying the word hate and pick another word.
So freely. Yeah.
Because all it does is throw a negative out there, and we are not all haters.
Nope.
I
Right.
seriously do not hate anybody on here,
No.
because how
No.
could I? I don't even know anybody on here.
Well, we've never met
I mean,
physically,
We've
so how
never
can you hate
met.
somebody?
It's I'm talking to you as you're Carla and
Yeah.
you're Nadia.
Nanya, but Nadia's good. I like that.
I like Nadia.
Nadia's cute. I like that.
If your name was George, I don't care.
Right? Exactly.
I will always look at you as what did I say again? Nadia?
Nadia.
You call
love
me Nadia. I like that. I think it's
Oh.
adorable. That's
Now
cute.
she's gonna change her name, and I'm gonna.
I know, you're gonna
call her Nadia.
I'm gonna put call me Nadia. I did it last
I
time.
butchered your name. I'm sorry.
Well, and
No,
you know
it's
what? The
cute.
first
It's
time I ever heard the word hater was during the Jodi Arias trial. People that didn't
Yeah,
work,
it was a bad
weren't
trial.
for her were called haters. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we can't be haters. I can't even hate people that dislike me, strongly dislike me. I don't hate Laura. I don't hate
Exactly.
anybody.
Exactly.
Because I
No,
don't know.
exactly.
Hate is such a strong emotion to have.
That's
for
what I told my
someone.
kids when they were little. Like, I hate this. You don't hate. You really don't understand the word hate.
The word hate. Exactly.
The word hate, you do not want to understand it. Like,
Right.
most people will never in their lifetime understand the word hate. So why use it?
We're all sinners. We've all done stuff that make people
Like
mad.
that? No, I mean where the definition of the word hate comes from. Like, it's not going to go. Our minds aren't going to go to that level.
No.
So why use that word so strong? And it's overused.
because that's, I was just going to say that because it's overused. It's just
It's so
overused too
overused.
much.
It diminishes.
The meaning. Hmm.
So
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, Rosewater.
they do that a lot, though. There's a lot of things that they just just slam it into death.
Hmm.
Um,
And just so you know, my
But we all-
grandmother's name was Rose. I
well,
love
we
that
all
name.
can't be on this, like,
What?
sustaining a hate at this level for that length of time that some creators do is, it's
You
like
could just,
tentacles.
just like what they say, just like what they do. I mean, like you
We,
said,
It's more just like of the theory behind them. Like they're
self-reflection. Yeah.
they're takers. They don't give. Like they take your feelings, they take your emotions, they take your
There you go.
thoughts, they take everything from you.
Your thought process. Yep.
But and then they spit it back at you as, it's your fault if you react. Well,
Thank
why wouldn't
Don't-
you react?
Yep.
Why wouldn't you react to
And
somebody?
it's hard. I've learned from Carla and from Misdemeanor, and my friend, too, that the best thing to do is let them talk and leave them alone and don't say anything, because sooner or later they will flub up in their
and
own.
Nunya
And
and
just
I,
leave.
That's true.
Nunya, we had a problem, Nunya and Mr. Meaner and I, but we did not put it on a public forum. We handled it privately.
Behind the scenes.
We
Yep.
talked about it. We resolved
Like
it.
adults
And
do.
nobody had to be humiliated or talked down to or done anything, because I see a lot of people doing that. They'll just bring someone up on a panel, just
And it's
humiliate them.
horrible.
Just to shred them. That's the thing. Okay, you
That's
bring somebody
right.
up on your panel to
Because it makes
shred.
them feel good. It makes
You
them
might as
feel
well- it's-
empowered.
It's like they strip their clothes off them and leave them naked on the stage.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like, what
They-
does that
That's
accomplish?
what they want. That's what
It
they
doesn't
want to do.
accomplish
What
anything.
exactly
That's
does
what I
that
said.
accomplish?
It does not accomplish anything. It actually creates more hurtful
You
feelings, more
humiliate somebody
turmoil.
for what reason? Like
Nothing-
what
nothing gets
reason did you
resolved.
get out of that?
Nothing. Because it makes them, and it empowers them. It empowers them.
Well,
And they get
everybody's gonna have to
and
start
they get-
leaving their clothes on, and don't put yourself in that position to be attacked like that.
Well, and at the same
Well,
time,
but you don't even have to put yourself in a position.
No,
Some
you
people
don't.
just-
Well, some people, yeah, that's true.
It's like we were talking about Remy earlier. She's really never done anything so bad that she should be like attacked relentlessly. You know what I mean? Like it's just sometimes it's just they don't like you for whatever reason, and they'll just take any chance they get to just humiliate her instead of handling it privately. And it can be handled privately. We've done it. Nunya
Yes,
and
we
I
have.
have done it.
Yep, it has to
You
have.
know?
It does. I mean, I have a good
Her
friend on
feelings
here.
were hurt, and we we
You resolve
honor
it.
would-
You get past it. You might have had some thought process for a little bit. I think it's just the little bit of a shock, and then you like I did. I just sat back and reflected, and I said, okay, you know what? They're right on this. They're right on that. You don't feed
and
into
we
it.
told her if we didn't
it-
care about you, we would
We
just
wouldn't say
bring you up
anything.
on a panel and just
Right. It's like
lambaste you.
the
but-
stuff with the
But you
panels
see
and
that
bringing
happen a
people
lot,
up just
though.
to make fools out of them is ridiculous.
And I
just
don't like
know.
seeing it either. I don't like
I-
seeing
I
someone
don't
in
like seeing it.
tears. I don't like someone's feelings hurt. I don't like if I don't like it done to me. I don't like seeing it done to someone else. And I
Right.
find that's why I'm staying away from any panel that's negative. Like, and
Yeah.
that's from my friends. They say, you got to stay off these panels, Carla, because we can't stand to see you get hurt.
Right.
And by seeing you get hurt, it's hurting us. And so I am trying to conduct myself a little better and not go on those panels and just,
You've
if
been
I have
on
something to
some-
say,
you've been
I'll
on
say
some
it.
big panels up there, Carla. You've been on some.
Oh, I've been
You handled
on some
yourself pretty good. You
panels,
handled
but
yourself pretty good.
I have, but
There
it's
you go.
hard
It
for
would be
people that
scary.
care about you to see you getting trashed and bashed in a stream, you know, and I'm not going to do that to my you know, my friends anymore.
I'm not actually watching the stream, so like I think if you're in a big battle like you've been in, like a few panels that are huge like that, just don't pay attention to the chat at all.
Oh, I know. Boy, do I know.
Just want to try to
Boy, do
throw
I
you
know.
off.
That was one lesson I learned. Yeah, when you watch it, it's very distracting too, especially if you're in a chat that's 900. There's 900 people in there.
Like
Whoa.
big panels.
And about half of them hate you. You know, it's like you see things about, you know, said to you that's not very nice, but
Yeah,
whatever.
but you know those people that are putting all those comments in there, you know where their information's coming from, so why give it any credence?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're not valid.
Yeah, I understand that,
Validate
yeah.
them.
I
There's no
know. Well, I
reason.
know that now, but I'm not going to do that
Well-
to my friends anymore because they by me getting hurt, it hurts them. So I'm not going to do that to them. I will go up on the panel if it's like something lighthearted, like, you know,
Oh, I've
talking now, or, you know, nothing like. I don't feel like I should have to defend myself every other day. You know what I mean? Like, people know who I am. They come in here because, you know, they like coming in here, and I'm not going to constantly defend myself. You can't do that all the time. People are going to dislike you who dislike you. You're not going to change their mind. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not going to change someone.
It really doesn't matter what you say,
No, it doesn't.
because
If they dislike you, they're going to dislike you.
they're
It
gonna
doesn't matter what
dislike
you
you. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Now there are people that are listening to other people and getting wrong information about a lot of people.
Right.
And then they find out later, well, that person is nice. I thought they were rotten. Isn't that what that person told me for the last 6 months, that they were rotten? And then to find out, well, no, they're just a human being. They're not rotten.
They're not so bad after all.
They're not
Kevin,
so bad
I said
after
you
all. Just because you were listening to somebody telling you that they were not nice.
Right. That's why I say, like, you know, before you say you dislike me or my channel, come in here and, you know, find out for yourself. If you still don't like it, I respect that, you know, because not everybody's, and this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea or coffee, you know, but, and I respect that more if you say, well, I came in here and I thought you were kind of boring. So, you know, and it was just not for me. That's fine. You know, I respect that.
That's honest.
Yeah, that
Don't
is
come in
honest.
here
And
and
I
say,
can
I
respect
don't
that.
like you because your hair's red, and
Yeah,
you know, like, really? Seriously.
yeah,
I mean, for the good conversation.
yeah. And that's all I want. I mean, I just want, you know, people to have fun when they come in here. Whoever you are, Connor, whatever, Connor Wood or whatever you are, you're 17 years old. You put it in the private chat. You're not, shouldn't be here because this is for adults. So stop trying to come up and jump on and off my panel. Jeez, I've been trying to, he's trying to come up on my panel, and I've been trying to click him ban from studio because he typed in the side chat or the private chat that he was a 15-year-old or 17-year-old gamer, which this, you aren't, not kick me out. Oh, well, don't quit trying to come up here, Connor. I put my face on Cindy Lou. Yeah, you're too young for this channel. We talk about like some stuff that you shouldn't be listening to. Okay. Sorry, I interrupted you guy, but this kid keeps trying to come up on my panel.
I think so.
Oh, I'm cute. Yeah. That's a picture. That's my face on Cindy Lou's picture. If you want to see, if you want to get scared, here you go. That's the real
There
one.
you go. See, Carlos?
That's Chucky. Here's Chucky. Yeah.
I think that's
So,
okay.
you should find another one, another cutie patootie to find.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Just like
That was a horrible. I'm glad that one's over. That was horrible to listen to. No, you know, them calling you that for so long. But
you know, it got to be to the point where my people in here were saying you should get a mug with Chucky on it, or get a Chucky doll and put
Well,
it beside you, or do some merch with that. But it's
exactly, to stop it. Yeah.
yeah,
Capitalizing.
but
Then
you know,
there's-
that's a patented, that Chucky doll and everything. That's all patented, so you couldn't really
that's
do
right,
it
too.
and get away
Yeah.
with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like and I crochet. I know you guys know I crochet. So even some of the patterns on here, because people tell me, oh, you should do videos showing how to crochet. Well, some of these patterns are patented too. You can't just go on and show people how to do a pattern that someone else did.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be pretty cutthroat community, so I've heard. Never
That's how I
tried
learned how
to
to
get in there.
Oh no,
That's how I
Mama
learned how to
Bounty,
crochet,
I'm
off
here. I'm
YouTube.
still here. I must be hidden. She said she can't
Why?
find me. I'm here.
No, she means your channel, probably.
Yeah.
On your channel?
I don't know.
Can you find your channel?
My channel's here.
I don't know. Samara, can you post Nanya's channel and Rosewater's channel? I get your notification. You know what? I don't get all notifications, but I get your notifications all the time, Rosewater. Which I love, because I love the
good.
videos. I do. But I don't, it's so weird because YouTube's been so glitchy lately. Have you noticed that? Have you guys noticed that?
You can't find me on
It's
YouTube. I'm
horrible.
here. I wonder what. Did they hide me?
It's been horrible lately.
You can't find
Like,
my
it seems
channel?
like it's slowed down, or
The worst thing I hate
What the
about
heck?
YouTube now is that you cannot click on someone's name and check if they're a real, they're not a clone, or they are a
I'll have
clone, or
to look at
whatever.
that.
That's the worst thing. Nanya, let me see if I can find it.
They both said they tried to find me and they can't find me.
I
Well,
found you right away.
see?
Did you rename your channel? Yeah, Nanya Ninja. When I wrote Nanya Ninja, it came right up.
Oh, okay. I took that off. I don't know why it's still on, but it's
Sure.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's up there.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
That's why I was like, wait, I'm
Oh.
here. I'm
No, I
here.
can post it in the chat if you want.
Thank you, Dow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
There we go. You got a community page even.
Do I?
That's what it said, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm having problems. I'm having a problem posting. So, Rosewater, what made you decide to start making these videos about who? And I'm not mentioning her name, but
I was gonna
you know
ask
who I mean.
what her videos were
Yeah.
about. Okay. Never mind.
I started making videos. I started going into people's chats, and then I would say something like this way back when I first started, and I ended up getting blocked. And I wasn't really saying anything that was offensive. I was just pointing out something.
Okay.
And then I realized, okay, I'm not really swearing at you, and I'm not really being offensive, but I'm just asking a question, and you're blocking me. So then this kept going on and on and on. So I thought, well, I'll just make my own channel. Whatever. And then whatever I see that I want to question, I'll just make a video. So that's how it all started.
But you do videos on a few creators, right?
I do. Well, I started off with Diane and Wendy.
Okay.
And then I just moved up. I did some ones on Dave. Lion Crying Dave, when he first came in the community.
God, don't even talk to me about that.
My videos mostly are warnings, like
Never
stay
heard
away
of 'em.
from
Note
Dave.
to self, never piss off Rosewater.
Hey,
But you know what I mean? Like, to me, they're warnings, like stay away from this
Yeah.
person because they're going to hurt you emotionally, or stay away from this person because they're going to take advantage of
PSA.
you.
PSA, public service announcement.
There
Pretty
you
much,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like
You know
that.
what? You know what I got from some of your videos, anyways. A leopard doesn't change its spots, no matter how many
No.
years go by.
Exactly.
That's what
Like,
I
if
got
you're
out of it.
acting like that, if you're acting the way you're acting, now as you were exactly 4 years ago, the
Mhm.
same routine, the same everything. You're running a show. It's a show.
Right.
Yep.
It's and
Yeah.
and for me, I should be, if you're running a show, I should be able to critique your show
Right.
and have a valid opinion on your show.
Right.
Because you have, other people have panels and they say exactly what they want to say. They play whoever's clip they want to play. So
There's
what
a
is the
way
difference-
of having
what
an
is the difference
opinion.
between me doing that on my channel, talking and explaining a video clip?
And here's the difference, and I think it makes a big difference on here. And I do have an opinion, and maybe I have a strong opinion, but I try to voice my opinion without, totally bashing and trashing someone. Do I get upset sometimes? Do I do things wrong? Yeah, and I'm still learning, but I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to, I'm trying not to bash people because I know how it feels. That's the thing, is I know how it feels to be bashed and, put down.
The way these people bash you is ridiculous, though. It's not like the way I go after somebody is completely different than the way these creators have gone after you, let's say.
That's where empathy comes into play.
I'm not gonna strip them down to their nakedness like they do to you.
Yeah.
Like I've stripping them down, but I'm not disrobing them, but that's their attack. You're throwing a ping pong ball and they're throwing back hand grenades.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. And I've had to and Em said it too, and it's the same for her. And we were going through this at the same time, is we couldn't go into a chat. Neither of us, I don't know. We usually go into around the same chats, but we couldn't go into any chat on that side and not get totally or see, even if you were lurking and not even saying anything, but to see your name just thrown into the mud just constantly, every
and you know where it's coming from, and it's the same people all the time.
It's always the
Yeah.
same.
It's always from the people that are claiming that other people are doing it to them.
Yep.
Right.
But I've never actually seen it.
Yeah, and then they preach about, okay, here's an example. Laura thought it was vile that someone took a tweet that she took, she made and put it out there. Okay. It was a terrible tweet. And she admits that it was terrible. I'm not bashing her for that. But here's the hypocrisy. She played a private phone call that she got from me talking to someone else and played it on her panel. Now, why wasn't that vile? Why didn't she think that was vile? Here's why. Because it wasn't done to her.
Exactly.
It was done to me. And she said, did I enjoy it? You're effing right. I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy that bitch getting what she deserved? No, it wasn't so funny when it turned around that one of her own mods was in that very same, Discord. Yeah, that wasn't funny. That wasn't so funny. But it was funny to play a private phone call. That's what I mean. That's what I have a problem with sometimes, is the hypocrites. And there's many of them on here. But there's as much as there is hypocrites, there are very nice people on here.
There is a lot of nice people on here.
I've left
a lot.
And since I've left that, certain Discord, I've met so many good people, and that's what people that and that's why my husband says to me, why do you go on? Why do you do this to yourself? I said, you know why? Because for the meanness on here, there's so much, more niceness.
There's a lot of good people out here. There really is.
There is.
There is.
And you meet some really good people too. You
Mm.
know,
I
he
know.
still he made a lot of good. And my guy says the same thing. He goes, "Get off of it. It's nothing but a Peyton place, and everybody is
Well,
just, you know,
yesterday it was. Yesterday
yeah,
it was, but it's
yeah.
not like that all the time. We come in here and have fun talking. Robbie comes up here, Brian
That's it,
comes up,
right?
and Brian might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I've gotten to know Brian behind the scenes, and I
I
really
think
like
Brian's a sweetheart. And
he is.
he really
And
is. He shows me
I've taken
somebody else.
flack for him, but I've also seen Brian go through um a lot of you know stuff that I probably would have logged off if I had to go through what Brian's had to go through. And that's just my opinion. That's
Got thick
my
skin.
opinion. But I've also, Brian's also been there when I've been getting bashed and messaged me behind the scenes and say, just calm down. He's got a heart. He might be
Right.
rough sometimes, and I don't agree with everything he does, but he can be a teddy bear when he wants to be. And I'm ruining his reputation now because everybody's supposed to be afraid of him.
Yeah. Brian's a mean
But
guy.
no, he can be. He can be a good guy. He can be when he wants to show that face. But
I think everybody can. Anybody can,
but we haven't all been through what he's been through either.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Nobody knows what goes on in someone's house before they just don't judge people.
Right.
Stop
Right.
judging people. Just forget about the past. Let the past be where it's at in the past.
Yeah.
Stop talking about it. It doesn't bring up anything.
It doesn't do any good.
It doesn't do any good. It doesn't.
No.
Oh, I'll show her because I got stuff on her. Okay, big deal. So, Anne, move on. Did you get over it yet?
Oh, and the
Yeah.
tit for tat doesn't work either. I've tried
No,
that.
that
Don't work.
That doesn't
Does
work.
not work.
So,
Ignoring doesn't work either.
all they're doing is they want content. They want to create something. So go ahead, you be you. You be you, boo boo, and then log off. That's how I look at it.
Log off, boo boo. Oh, you know how many times
Exactly.
I've heard that? Just log off, boo boo.
Just log off, boo boo.
boo.
Get over it. Stop the BS.
I
Who
have
cares?
met some such nice people. And here's another example. Samara and I had a little, go around too. Here's the thing about me. I'm pretty good at forgiving. I'm a pretty forgiving person, unless you've done something really awful to me.
Right. Yeah, you are.
And then what I want to do is just move away, because sometimes that's better for my health, but I'm not going to hate on you forever. It's not going to do me any good. It's not going to do that person any good,
Right. Exactly. That's what I did. I got away. I don't care.
Mhm.
Start over. My
Right.
life is good. I'm happy. I'm
Right.
just, we have family that we go through a lot of different, like you guys were talking about, and health issues. My mom, I don't know what's going to happen. It's day by day with her. She still has to go get testing because they don't understand why she had 2 seizures in one night. And that's scary when a doctor tells you, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I don't know. We're going to have to do this. We got to test her brain. So my mom's really scared. She's very
Mhm.
scared right now. And
Yeah.
she's
I
on
mean,
seizure
it's hard.
medicine. And seizure medicine, she told the doctor, I don't think it's for me. She's starting to break out in a rash. And he said, it might not be, but until we take this test, I want you on it. So she's just going through so much mentally as well as physically. So I try to be there and cheer her up, and get her out of
And
the house.
you've been there all along for her, which
You
is
know.
really good. You're a good daughter. You're a good
Yeah,
daughter.
well, I went there on Friday and I called her up and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And my mom's like, oh, well, I just need to get out of the house. We're going to go to Jewel and we're going to go to the dollar store. And I said, well, I'll be right there. I'm on my way. I'm getting breakfast for you guys. So stay right there. So I bought them breakfast and they're eating breakfast. And then I took them to the store, and everywhere we went to the store, I bought it for them. I paid for them. And my mom kept going, will you stop doing that? I don't like, and I'm like, Mom, you know what? I want to do it when I can. And if I can, I will. You're my parents. Of course I'm going to do it. Everything you did for us, come on. And she's like, well, I feel bad. I said, I don't want you to feel bad. just don't, I don't want you to worry. You know, they live on a fixed income and it's hard for them.
Right.
So anything I can do to make their day a little bit easier, I will do it for them. They're my
Wow,
parents.
that's nice. You can be my
You're a
mom.
good daughter.
Thank you. I try.
Um,
I try. I gave him hell when I was a teenager, and I think I need to just
Robbie.
make up, you know.
I thought it was an
Robbie's
hour
here?
later. He says, I thought it was an hour later than what it is now. I'm where I need to be an hour early. That was a tongue twister.
Yeah, that was. Hi, Robbie.
Hey, Robbie. I
Yeah.
see Robbie's stalking me. Every stream I go in, I see him.
I call him Saint Robbie.
Definitely stalking me.
I'm a stalker. Did you hear that? I'm a
Yes.
stalker.
You are?
Oh, are you?
Probably I am.
Cool. You can stalk me if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Winky,
Yes,
Winky Whispers was stalking me last night. She was in every, you know how you just go in different, I guess it's a small community, so you're in different streams. You'll hear a name and then you'll go to that stream and see what's going on. Every stream I went in, she was in. I'm like, you're stalking me.
I do that a lot too. I run into the same people.
I know, because we all go in like this
Just
kind of like,
watch to the next
yeah,
one.
we all move from one stream to the other stream. So yeah.
I haven't
But
talked to
that's okay.
Marsha. How's she doing? How's Marsha doing, by the way?
I'm not sure. I've seen her in a few
Yeah,
chats.
I happened last night.
I've seen
have
her. I
to-
haven't heard her, but she did a prayer thing, and she always includes
seen
my
that.
son and me and my son, and I so appreciate that.
She's so
such a
sweet.
yeah, she is.
She is.
Very,
She's
very
just a
nice lady.
loving
I don't know why they-
disposition.
I don't know how they find a flaw.
I don't either.
I would.
I'm with
I
you
don't
on
get
that.
it
I
either.
don't either.
Like, how far do you have to dig deep into?
Right?
Really, not
something
really.
new? Like, you have to look it up.
She's
When
just,
I hear someone go like full on her, that really pisses me off because
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
know.
I know what a sweet lady she is,
she's
and she's going through
incredible.
some health issues, and
But
Yeah,
I
when
mean,
they-
it works for them to do
I have
that.
no heart to go after Marsha. Actually,
Exactly.
Listen, there's people I don't like, I don't care for. I would never wish them ill will. I would never
Mhm.
wish harm on them. It's like we don't get along. You go your way, I go mine. It's done. Just don't start trash talking and say mean things just because you want content or you want an audience. That's not right. That's not what YouTube should have been made for. But people just ran with it.
majorly.
I find they use a lot of like undercuts that are. They just slip them in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
did you ever notice that?
Yeah. I have.
Like it'll be a rude comment, but it's slipped into somehow, not being. I don't know. It's hard to explain how they do it. I can't think their way, so it's kind of hard.
That's right. That's the problem. It's hard to think.
It's
Their
not-
thought
Well,
pattern.
no conflict can't be solved privately. That's my thing, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. Is if I have a conflict with someone, I'll say either talk to me privately, or forget it. I'm not
Or don't
jumping up
talk to
on
me
the
at all.
panel just to be
Right.
attacked. Right.
Right.
I
right.
know it can be done. It's been done. I've done it. So
Absolutely.
my email is like in my about section. Go there, email me, and if I happen to check
This is
my
not.
email,
This is not.
make sure you
Julie's-
tell me in my chat that you emailed me, because I have I'll tell you right now how many
You
emails.
don't look at the emails, do you? Neither do I.
21,348 unread emails.
I'm sorry how many I haven't looked at. I seriously do not look at them.
Well, you know what the thing is with me is it's my notifications come in as emails.
Yeah.
So that's like notifications, and now I'm scared to delete everything, because what if there's something in there I really freaking need?
That's the problem.
21,000. If there's something I
And
need,
you're gonna sit there one night going through 21,000 emails.
you know how long
Exactly.
that would take? How long would that take to delete?
Oh my God, a
That
lot.
would
Like dump it all, start over.
Listen, I had to delete my iCloud emails. I just kept leaving them in there, and I collected there was 13,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and And
Is
iCloud,
there an end to this email thing, or it just keeps going forever?
it,
I have no idea. I'm
and
going to
the-
stop at
yeah,
100,000.
this I wonder because in iCloud the
Try and
thing
delete it at
is
100,000.
you got to delete them one at a time, or you have to just like highlight it and then group it. And then,
Email, like, because I know in
it's
Yahoo,
terrible.
you could delete like a bunch at a time, and you
Yeah,
can't
but still less.
do that in Google.
Now, if I'm on my
Email,
phone,
and it wouldn't let me.
if I'm on my phone, I could just hit delete all. But if you're on a computer, you got to highlight it all and then hit delete. Now, 13,000 took me, oh my gosh, like 3 hours.
Well, think what would 21,000 take me?
I don't know, dear.
That would take me a long time. Jesus.
Be there for a while.
I'm gonna have to get my husband. My husband is a whiz.
And
with
Anya, what kind of
do it.
anti-consultant is she on?
And I'm scared he'll
What,
delete what
Brian?
I really want.
I don't know what Brian was saying. Could you read his comment? I can't see it too good. What kind of anti?
Oh, Nicole has had. Are you? He
No,
said
further. Oh, I
further
don't.
on.
You know
5
what,
or 6
Brian?
seizures a day.
Does she really? Now, does that, does that medicine help her? Because they told my mom it won't, like, you won't get the seizure, but it'll help kind of control it or something. But she gets really, like I said, she's breaking out in a rash. She's always super tired. And that's the only new medication that they put her on.
Is that side effects of the medication itself?
Yeah,
As I say, that side effects. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. She's like she said there's times she can't even make it up the stairs. She's so tired.
Wow.
What kind of
Yeah.
anticonvulsant?
I'll have to ask her. She did tell me, and of course, my brain just one ear not the other. I'll let you know that. I didn't know your wife was on that many. My gosh, my girlfriend is on this anti medicine for convulsion for seizures, and you should see the weight that she lost. It's unbelievable. She's like she can't eat anything. She's starting to try to control it more, where she just eats little portions. But she said she couldn't keep nothing down, and that's what I'm scared of my mom too, because I'm watching my mom's appetite. And it seems like it's going down a lot.
You should see the weight I've gained since this stupid COVID.
Oh,
quarantine thing.
yeah,
God.
me too.
Yeah,
I'm so.
we're just packing on the COVID pounds.
I
There
know.
you go.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I've been getting out though. I've been getting out.
I did yesterday. That was nice. Oh, it was good. It was good.
Oh,
Getting a
thank
storm
you.
that
Call
little
me
bit of a
friend.
hurricane or tropical storm.
Wow.
I saw that on the news today, actually. I actually watched it. I've been staying away from the news, but I saw that in Florida. Isn't it in
Yeah.
Florida? Yeah,
Yeah.
in Florida, they're having a tropical storm.
Well, it's coming up the East Coast.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
And
Thank you.
We'll probably get an aftermath.
Yeah, my
Oh.
brother lives 2 minutes away from my mom, which is good. And, to him, it's like, oh my gosh, he's there all the time now. I mean, he saved my mom's life. If it wasn't for my brother, she would have died. He did the
Wow.
CPR on her. He just wouldn't let go. And then coming home and driving home, and it happened again. So he had to pull over the car, pull her out of the car. He was giving her CPR. Then my sister was giving her CPR. And my sister's calling me and she's hysterically crying. And I'm like, where do you want me to go? I'll come. And they're like, no, we got to turn around. We're going back to the hospital. And that's scary when you see your mom talking and all of a sudden she just keeled over and she's not breathing.
I seen a friend of mine have a seizure one time, and it was horrible. It was the worst thing I ever saw. And thank God her husband was there. He knew what to do, because I didn't know what to do.
And that's what my brother said. Your dad, my dad is 84 years old. And my dad was standing there in shock and crying at the same time and just kept calling her name. And he was standing there crying. He goes, can you imagine if it happened at the house? And I go, Dave, don't even say that. Just thank God you were there. There's a reason you were there, Right. So, and now she's taking the seizure meds. And hopefully when they do check her brain, that everything is okay, but she's
Oh, we'll be praying for her, Nanya.
you
I have
and you
been
always
praying
and
for
I
her.
know it, and thank you, and I appreciate you
Yes, we'll
doing
be
that.
praying.
Because I
Thank
message
you.
her all the time, and that's the first thing
Yeah.
I ever ask her.
And I
So,
tell her that,
Mom,
and I told my mom, and she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet of her. Tell her
you
thank
know, we've
you."
kind of gone through it with you with the whole,
Yeah. And my mom
you
is
know,
such a sweet woman. I mean, you
I-
guys, you have no idea. She's like 4'10".
she's like her daughter. She's sweet
She's
like her.
Yeah, I got a little devil in me though. I'm trying
Well,
to
we
get
know
the,
that.
I'm trying to get the demons out, you know. I'm a work in progress,
Nothing,
but
nothing wrong with that.
I
Nothing wrong
know.
with that. Well, ladies, I think I'm going to end this.
Okay,
Thank you
sweetheart.
so much. Rosewater, please come up again. Nanya,
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
I
you for
love
having
having
me.
you. Thank you all for coming in today. I appreciate it. I love you all. I'll just wave goodbye with my messy hair.
I
'Cause
love everybody too.
Thank you for having
yeah,
Tamara.
thank you so much, Rosewater. Nanya, thank you so
Oh,
You're
nice
much.
to meet
welcome.
you,
Thank
Nanya.
you.
Thank you, all my
Nice to meet you,
members.
Rosewater. And I'll
Yes,
start
it
God
was
bless your mother.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank
But
you.
I gotta do my laundry.
Yeah, I gotta go too. My boss is gonna call me in 15 minutes, so I have to go.
Okay, guys.
All
Bye-bye.
right, guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.